Hello and welcome. Welcome. It's 12:30 p.m. It's Roller Wiener Monday. Looks like we got some delicious wieners on the grill this week, as you can see. Hey, Brake Check Week is coming up here next week. I have a tip because of some of the stuff that they're doing. The way that they inspect your brakes, I think it's pretty interesting, and there's one way to get around one of those. Oh, yeah. The CEO of U.S. Express came out, Fuller, and he goes, hey, I think pay needs to increase about 30%. Of course, he's not interested in doing it. He didn't say he would increase 30% there, just that it probably needs to. The PAM Transport lawsuit, another lawsuit rolls on. We did a video about this. We, meaning I did a video about this. And so they're being sued again for different reasons and the same reasons as usual. They're going to have a truck leasing task force in the federal government to look your lease over. Yeah, before leases are approved. How about that? That's in the infrastructure bill. That's part of the infrastructure bill. Oh, yes. I-70 is back open in Colorado. There's plenty more things going on in the news. Self-driving trucks are going around the news. There's all kinds of stuff. There's hours of service waivers. Hey, it's got some stocks, fuel, Dogecoin is happening. Everything is happening. So there are a lot of things going on today. Let's see here. Where are we going? All right. So we got that going. I move this as I look around at myself on there. All right. That's better. All right. So where are we today? Welcome, everybody. Captain Weiner, Captain Cleaner Weiner, which is nice, was first today. So that's pretty awesome. Vampers is here and is still here. Trucker Hershey's here. Hello. George Costanza is on a break in Yuma, one of the hottest cities on the planet. But, of course, it's a dry heat, right? Night Ranger and Sister Christian are here. What's happening? Geeks Trucking. Hello. What's going on? Brian Walker's here. Columbia George. And, the cat is scratching. So, cat scratch fever down here. Al Johns is here. Mondays are bad. Are they? Oh, they're only bad if you don't like what you're doing. That's what I tell everybody. If you got to set 10 alarms and hate Mondays, go do something else. And I'm serious about that. Life is too short to hate what you're doing, even for 5 minutes. So whatever you're doing you don't like, go do something else. Really. Acceleration rules. Tropical Storm Gracie. I know, I saw that. Gracie is really making things happen down there. So it's pretty good. Joan Harper's here on lunch break. Well, yeah, perfect timing. Perfect timing. John M., what's going on? Let's see. Trucking Journeys is here. Oh, it's good to see you. So Robert Daniels here. Grafton. What's going on out there? Creature 937. Hello. Donkey Bite is here. Yeah, we are. Can we start drinking yet? Oh, what do you mean yet? It's already 12:30. Should already be halfway to that plan, right? So Brian Hawes, good afternoon. Good afternoon. What's happening? Tucker Hershey. Yeah, freedom. Exactly. Known by a famous American Mel Gibson in a movie about Scotland, but absolutely. Albert the Chillin', right? United we stand always here. We always stand for freedom. We don't apologize for America on this channel, I'll tell you that. Let's see here. Where did I go off to? Already, I'm lost. For people that don't know, I lose my place all the time. When Mondays are your Fridays, you still hate Mondays. Well, that's too, if you think, and I agree with Dave Ramsey, right? If you I can't wait till Friday and I hate Monday, do something that, makes you alive every day, that inspires you, that moves you, where you don't need an alarm. You just pop out of bed and go, I can't believe I get to do this every day. Go do that. Go do more of that. How great would the planet be? How great would your life be? Cassius King Trucking is here. Let's see, where did we go? Right here. Oh, right. The merch tent over there is open, of course. He's live every 10 minutes. 2 channels, live all the time. So here we go. I've changed that up a little bit. Those are big wieners, but they've been in there for a while. They've been in there for a long time, rolling around in there like days. TJ Johnson of Bull of the Woods, get her done. We're trying to. 75 and cloudy in central Mississippi. It's pretty nice here today. It's 77 and sunny today. Not bad. So there was some kind of Microsoft update. So now it's down at the bottom of the screen, so I don't have to look it up. That's pretty good. Thanks a lot, Bill Gates. Chris Lohman. Hey, Mark, listen to Friday's podcast. Well, I appreciate that. And loved your impersonation of your dispatcher. It was very realistic, by the way, for people that don't know. I guess dispatchers are the same everywhere. That's true. Right. That's true. I've not been contacted by the Grammy people yet for that, but I assume that's going to happen at some point. So, yeah, I think it's one person that dispatches everybody. So, same person. Kind of like White Castle's testing have an actual room where they answer all the drive-thrus all over the White Castle. Yeah. GPS disc brakes, truck and trailer. That's pretty awesome. Still haven't gotten a trailer with disc brakes, or a truck, really. I got a level 1 inspection, silver, last weekend and at 3 in the morning. Wow. Got my sticker. Wow. I can't believe they're out at 3 in the morning doing anything. Wow. 3 in the morning? That person really needed to do something. Those wieners aren't rolling. You can't make money on a still wiener. Manhole lessons. Yeah, that's true. That's about it. Good afternoon, George Wilson. What did you miss? Nothing yet. Just getting rolling here. 2 Wookiees and a pancake. Nice. 2 Wookiees and a pancake. That's a good one. Cash is King. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. 30% pay increase. Marky meant his pay. Oh, right. John, he didn't say that. That's right. He didn't say who was going to get the 30%. He goes, for trucking to be better, it needs to be a 30% pay increase. And the reporter immediately should have said, are you then going to raise the pay immediately by 30% at U.S. Express? That's what I would have asked him. I mean, if he thinks that the pay needs to go up 30%, the legitimate thing would be to say, well, are you raising your pay 30%? Immediately, like today. But, of course, they don't follow up with that. So, Aaron, what happened on I-70? I-70 in Colorado has been closed for some time. There were like mudslides of thousands of tons of mud slid down the hills there in the canyon, and it closed for about 40 miles, and it's been closed for some time. They got it partway open now, and they said there'll be partial lane closures here and there, going through there to do repairs, but they're back open. That was really something. Half of the mountain slid down onto the road, and the roads are not the same. As Cash King Trucking did actually a good video about this. The roads are off size, so you can't just cross over because one lane's down there. It's 40 feet below this other lane, so you can't exactly do a crossover. So that's a real big disaster. Cartage Studios, hello. George H.W. Bush is here. Thank you very much. I'd play the presidential song if I owned the rights to it. You were here at 4:30, all alone. All right, we were all sleeping. Me and the cat were asleep at that time. Luke, 1, 2, 3, 4. My brother's job told him he's given them attitude, even though the character of him I know doesn't do that. I wish I could do something. Tell him to quit. I mean, there's so many jobs, and it's another one of those life's too short kind of things. Just get out of there. If they're giving you a problem like that, I mean, say what's the dealio? What is the problem here? But seriously. Be sure to sanitize your hands before handling your wiener. Always pre-sanitize. And wrap those hands up. Plant Highway. Company's moving you to Lafayette to run out of late Tate and Loud for $3.60 a day. Wow. That's pretty good. That's right up the street there, right? So you'll be up Sagamore, which used to be 52. I assume that's the one you're going to run out of up there on the north side of town. Well, that's awesome. Let me know when you're here. We'll go to White Castle. It's hot here in Yuma, already 98 at 9:30 in the morning. Holy mackerel. But it's a dry heat, right? Yikes. It's a dry heat. I don't know, Joey. I don't and will not drive on Sundays or Mondays. Sweet. All right. Everybody's got to have something they do. My mom said I should never hate. Okay. We can just leave a job and just, forgive them, I guess. Trucker Hershey at GP, new trucks and trailers have disc brakes. Older trailers still have drums. Well, hey, look, I haven't seen the disc brakes yet. So, GP Transco, hello, good morning from GP Transco from beautiful Joliet, Illinois, where everybody wants to move to. The city of aspiration. That's what it says on the signs, I think, where people want to go. All right, thanks for being here. So when are we going to get Trucking Answers merch? There's a tent open for this too. So, Kelly, good afternoon. Ready for Truck TV giveaway this afternoon at GP Transco. Yes, sir. Truck TV giveaway. Sweet. I will say this about the brakes on a truck. I have to press deeper in the pedal earlier. It's the only way I could explain it. Really? I haven't done with disc brakes yet, so I don't know. I'd like to get it, do them both and see the difference. 2 Wookiees and a pancake. I heard this Sunday ran. I was also taught to throttle through the corners. I hate when drivers drag race in the passing lane after going 55 for the previous 10 miles. Yeah, exactly. The brake, you brake early and power through corners. And here people are slowing down in corners. And I just don't understand. I can understand swing and meet in 1964. But some empty flatbed, why are we slowing down in I-74 corners? We're not going through, some gorge or something. Come on, let's go. Happy belated St. Swithin's Day. George Wilson, all right. What is that? John likes Puddle of Mud. Puddle of Mud. They opened, that is a singing group. Sam, they opened I-70 Saturday morning, then closed it later in the day for flood risk. It's been closed More than Wyoming in the winter lately. All right, I didn't see that it closed back up. I know it was going to open, and they said it was open. So 30% increase. How much is that in green stamps? That's a lot of stamps. I'll tell you what, one of those books is only worth like 14 cents or whatever. Because when you used to collect them, which I did, right, you'd have to collect like 700 books for a coat. Al, your cat sleeps at 4 a.m.? That's crazy. Mine thinks it's time to go to the races. Yeah, she's sleeping in the morning. She'll be up like late at night for a while. She sleeps a lot, as most of them do. George, dry heat. Yeah, it is a dry heat, right? I think you're not correct on that, Samuel. I parked at that, if it's still there, it's a truck stop across from Hardee's, which is Carl's Jr. there, right across the street. And I remember walking over to Carl's Jr. when they had the avocado burger, and this is some time ago, and I thought it was going to melt to the road in Yuma. It's crazy. You can see a bank sign from there. It's crazy. Urine is warm rain. Yes, I've been gone a while. Now I'm here. Samuel, all right. Well, welcome back. Truck urged with a 30% pay increase. Bring them to the bottom of the pay scale. I thought of that, too. I thought if you're making 33 cents, so this guy gives you 9 cents, all right, about 30%, even a dime, you're still only 43 cents. So it's not like super a lot of pay, but the response from the reporter should have been, will that happen today or this week? When is that going to happen at your company? Since he's in charge, CEO can just raise and pay for everybody. So, hey Mark, what do you think of Afghanistan? IDI Ford V8. Well, I don't think I'd move there. I'll tell you, I think it's a dry heat. I think it's a disaster. If it rains, although I will say this, right, I don't know why we're the world's police force, that I will say. If it rains on ST Swithin State, it's supposed to rain for 40 days and 40 nights. The actual day is July 15th. George Wilson, really? Is this some kind of biblical prophecy? Or, because it has the 40-day, 40-night thing. So, and I don't know what ST Swithin's Day is. Disc brakes are awesome. Cars have them, and I always wonder why trucks are so far behind cars in a lot of technology. Why stuff that you get on a really relatively inexpensive car, not on trucks or option on trucks? Hey, Mark, we need a Holy Mackerel Trucking Interest t-shirt. Yeah, that's good. It's been a while. Michael Swift. All right, well, welcome. Cassius King Trucking. The odd thing, the heat in my oven that cooks food is also dry heat. Yeah, so it's not bad, right? That's, you put your hand in there, you can hardly tell. You can hardly tell. He said swinging meat. Yeah, we remember those trucks, right? I remember seeing pictures of swing. But empty flatbed, I think, can pretty much navigate, the gentle corners of Indiana, which is a song, by the way, by Jim Neighbors. Yesterday was the 50th anniversary of when they took us off the gold standard. Just useless information. Oh, okay. Well, today is Elvis's anniversary of his death. So there's more information that will not change your life probably in any way. You can get about 700,000 miles on disc brakes, according to Peterbilt. It depends. It depends how people drive. I see people on the brakes all the time, and I don't think you should be. Why? Do trucks not have jakes? Right, I'm on the jakes all the time. I rarely use brakes. Rarely use my brakes, right? It's jakes here and jakes there, jakes everywhere. So that's all a driver thing. If you're on your brakes, I see brake lights constantly. Why are brakes? You let off? Oh, Jake slowed me down. Oh, that's super nice. Right. Awesome. Al Johns, I have 2 kittens, Penelope, 2 dogs, and 14 chickens. But in a few months, I'm going to get a dozen eggs a day. Okay. And apparently 2 chickens a year. But a dozen eggs a day. That is a lot of eggs. Okay. That's one gigantic omelet. Finally got my new truck, 2 Wookiees and a pancake. 2022 Kenworth T680 short top. 1 bunk. Well, it feels awesome manual again. That's unusual. Automatic transmissions are no good. Someday they might work right. It depends on the truck and who programs it. Part of it is your company. Like, we can't go into manual mode anymore or power mode. They turned all that off. Oh, we can't have you guys doing that. So it just depends. On the road, I'd want all that stuff for sure. Islam hates Muslims. John, all right. 30% pay increase. Does that mean Western Express gets 3 packs of smokes while leaving prison commissary instead of 1? Right. Donkey bite. Yeah, look, I don't understand why the U.S. Express CEO comes on there, says there should be this big pay increase, and then his word should be, and we're going to start it. That would have been great. And you know what? Starting Monday, all of our drivers get a 30% pay increase. That's what he should have said. Something like that. Not, well, there ought to be this big pay raise in the industry. Okay, have a nice day. I mean, come on. My brake lights were activated by the Jakes. You had Kenworth disable that. Good. They should, I like that the light comes on sometimes. I don't think my lights come on. I never see those come on. Al John uses his Jake. Yeah, that's how you get the brakes to last. People that are on their brakes constantly, ugh. My automatic works great. 2021 Freightliner. I like the automatic in Freightliners. The International, which I won't have anymore, the air stopped working in it Friday. So the air quit on it with 140,000 miles on it or something. So I told him to change that out. I'll have a different truck today, so that'll be a mystery. That's another mystery that I feel like Agatha Christie going to work. But that transmission, which was a 10-speed, was horrible. Just horrible. Brian needs to get his oil changed. Head over. Jiffy Lube's ready for you. That Tuesday night at the Manhole Swinging Meet, that's every night there. I've gotten 400,000 miles out of a set of brakes. That's pretty good, right? So I don't know how much brakes are in a truck, but and I assume discs are just as easy to change as they are on a car, right? Slap a few pads in there, you're ready to go. An egg a day keeps the cat asleep. Would she eat eggs? Maybe. Kelly, I use my Jakes most of the time for maintaining distance in traffic. Exactly, right? Town, road, because they're quiet now. It's not like 4-inch straight pipes anymore, super great. It changed Elvis's life. That's true. It may not change your life, but it will change the person who dies' life. That's true. Set the name of a band. Which one? Randall, sorry, what happened to that runaway truck driver in Denver? What runaway truck driver in Denver? That, I don't have that. And I have quite a few things here today, but not that. So I didn't get that. Is this the GP Transco Weekly Show? Jeff, GP Transco is here today. It's not the GP Transco Weekly Show, but they're here today, and they're one of the only companies that ever has come in to answer questions. So I'm always impressed by that. All companies are welcome to do so, and few do. Is it true that non-carb compliant trucks go into California? Someone said Trump reversed their decision, impeding on commerce. I don't think so. California gets an exemption for carb. They always have. That's how they do it. So I doubt it. I think you have to be carb compliant. Maybe it's only registration. I don't know. You got to have that little sticker on there right now. 77 watching and 21 likes. How can people expect truckers to strike when we can't even hit the like button? I appreciate that. Mark got his knife out. Now the air don't work. Believe me, I wouldn't. If anything, it would be when I came back. I would turn the air off. Not when I'm leaving. When I'm going to do something to the air. So no way. Got my Trucking Answers t-shirt on today. Sweet. Cash Trucking. That's awesome. I appreciate it. I've only seen one other person with the shirt on. So hi, Jake. Doesn't start working until I tap the brake pedal. If I flip the switch without tapping the brake pedal, it doesn't do anything. Really? Oh, mine, let's see, our Freightliners do it, and this International did it. So let off. Although the International, that was another thing, right? I had like a delay, which I didn't like. A couple of seconds. You had to really think about it. Oh, the band name, Swingin' Meat. Yes, Swingin' Meat and the Pork Chops. Elvis, alleged death, please? Well, absolutely. When they misspell your middle name on your tombstone, that is a problem. Elvis is still alive. Well, what would he be today? I don't know, 70 or 80? I mean, AKA's wearing their Cash's King trucking shirt today. That's good, too. Elvis was only 42. Okay, so 42 plus, 40, 50 years? Right, so he'd be pretty old. Brian, I'm up till January. I ran my non-carb truck into California weekly. Never had an issue with them saying anything. Yeah, but your truck is not registered in California though, right? You're running through there, but not registered there. I doubt you'd be able to register a non-carb compliant truck, probably. George Costanza, my mini Aussie wanted to go outside. We were outside 15 minutes. He wants back in. At the Lovesing Unit doing 34, projected 108 today. Goodness, thank you very much for that. And that's something. Is that Lovesden near Carl's Jr.? I don't think there were Loves yet, or not as many as there were. So, yeah, projected to be 108. But, of course, as we say, dry heat. And the Australians should be used to it, right? Isn't it hot in Australia? I work for a truck company. I ain't telling anyone on purpose. I'm not ashamed. I just don't want to mislead them. Well, you can lead them the correct way, right? Tell them the truth if they ask questions. Anyone headed west on 80 into California, smoke is thick like fog. The wife was commenting, there's like natural disasters everywhere. We got these hurricanes, Fred and Grace, which is kind of funny. And Haiti had an earthquake. It damaged like half of the houses there, valued some of them at over $25. And so that was a real problem. And now we got all these fires in California. It's a mess. I-70's closed and stuff. Oh, goodness. Cash is King Trucking. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Holy mackerel. Have you noticed more box trucks on the road? No, not really. Maybe they don't run at night. All I see are mail. One's for the mail. I see those all the time. Hello from Texas. Noob Ernie. Hello there. Trucking with Diabetes. Hit the like button. Wow. From the other side. What sounds good or bad, the dark side. As anyone really knows how to drive a truck knows that automatic transmissions are really dangerous, especially if you have super single tires. How are they more dangerous than a car with an automatic transmission? That's always my question. I drive automatics. Donkey Bite, the cool thing about electric cars is that they brake regeneration is a way to describe it. Sounds like it works like a Jake brake. It does, right? Depending on the car, it's stronger or not as strong. If you read different reviews, some of them have a way to set the amount of it, kind of like a Jake. Some don't. It's on or off. So, but absolutely, regeneration would work just like a Jake brake. 42 in 79 doo-doo, Matt. My last Kenworth, which was in 2018, I put 500,000 on it and never had the brakes replaced. PACCAR has very good engine brakes. Yeah, if you have strong engine brakes and you use them, you won't need to replace the foundation brakes, as they call them on the truck, much or at all. Would never live in that Gestapo state. Glad to catch the live. I hope all is well. Backwoods PNW, all is doing great. It's another great day to be alive, right? That's always something to be grateful when you wake up. Hey, I'm alive today. It's pretty good. See more of those green Swift trucks? No. Elvis is possibly driving one of those super trucker trucks these days. Wow. Time for him to retire. If it's okay with you, from now on we will announce upcoming Trucking Answers live show giveaways on our social media a couple days prior to the live stream. Absolutely. I'm all for it. Promote away. So, yes, thank you very much. So the planner at Melton sent me a load plan for Phoenix. Sweet. They wanted me to load this afternoon. Nice. I have 32 minutes. Well, you're right around the corner. It's 117 miles. Do they look at your clock? No. Probably not. I will say computer ought to do part of that. Ought to send them only people that can actually do the load. They're like, well, it's 117. You can just local it over there. The world is falling apart. It seems like it. It's cracking apart and burning up. Is ShipX a good company to work for? Absolutely. I love ShipX. I like their salary idea. I like salary. Is it hard to get a normal trucking job 8 hour a day, 5 day a week? Yeah, David, it does seem like it. You know, when I tell people how little I work, people are always like, well, how do you do that? I'm like, well, first you stay somewhere 19 years. That helps. But, you know, I don't see too many that have shorter days. A lot of places want you to work to death on the local, local jobs. Ask them. Automatic transmissions have gotten so much better. No doubt, since the first ones. Absolutely. They're way better now. Hello from LA, Mr. Crowley, not Sam Crowley. Hello, headed to Laredo, got my bribe money ready for early unload. That's how to do it. What, $12 there only. Cars are much lighter and don't articulate. Okay. Especially the Detroit transmissions. I say this all the time. My truck has an automatic transmission and my truck has super singles. I live in Minnesota and run north of I-80. I haven't died yet. Don't let him lie to you. I've not noticed any issue. I don't have super singles, but, we've had automatics for years and without any issue in the wintertime. So, now I'm not running number 3 on the Jakes if it's super snowy out. Part of it is the driver, but people say that, but I don't know. I don't have any problem in the winter or whatever with an automatic. George Wilson, my birthday was Saturday the 14th. I was born on Saturday the 14th. My birth certificate is typed at 1:05 on Saturday the 14th. Okay. Well, welcome. Welcome and happy birthday. Auto's way more than safe. You can throw the Jake on max and stand on the brake. In a 3-pedal, you need to come off the brake to run the throttle to shift down. Roger Moore. Look, I agree with you. There's certainly tons of automatics, and I don't see them crashing at a higher rate because of the transmission. I just don't see that. Many people on here, including me, have an automatic and run them year-round without too many issues. So I don't understand. I don't know what the problem is. Computers are automated. Some are. Your truck certainly is all computers now. My local job is when you're done, you're done. That's not great for me. I want a job that has a schedule where I know pretty much each day when I'll get done. So I hear you. And a lot of jobs are like that. When you're done, or it's 12, 14 hours a day. I see a lot of those. I will say there's a fuel hauler job, Indianapolis, $30 an hour with no experience. They'll train you. And you can start up to $35 an hour if you have fuel hauling experience. And so I wrote this down. $30 an hour for 70 hours because they pay overtime is $25.50 a week home every day. Just 50 hours a week, 10 hours a day. If that's all they gave you, $16.50 home every day, 10 hours a day. That's what is available, in the marketplace. That's why the CEO of U.S. Express is a little nervous, and he actually said that he's got to compete with higher-paying local jobs. Yeah, 70 hours at U.S. Express for what? $1,800, maybe $1,500, or 70 hours, at a local job for $25.50 a week. Not bad. George Wilson's a Saturday kind of guy. Sweet. The earth can't be cracking up because then we'd lose all the water because the earth is flat. If it cracks in half, where would the water go? I assume it would just stay on each side of it. Hopefully it tilts a little bit and then the water can just stay on each side. Hey, Mark, when did governed trucks become a thing? Oh, long time. My first road truck was 62 governed. So, and that was 1989, 88, 89. I remember 62 was as fast as it would go. So, been a long time since they governed trucks. I don't know how long before that, but it's been quite a while. I've never driven with super singles. I wonder how they ride. Yeah, I'm always waiting to get a super single trailer. Got burned out this past week taking the day off on my third day resting. Yeah, every once in a while, right? Take a meat day, as they say now. That's what the kids say now with hair buns. But every once in a while, you get burned out, got to do something else. What year? Yeah, so I'll tell you, in the late 80s, they were governed. Some trucks were governed. Sorry for bringing up super singles. I know it triggers everyone. Yeah, that's the problem. You bring that up and then people have to go to a safe space or whatever. I haven't had them. I haven't had the opportunity to drive one. They say they save fuel, so we'll go with that. And automatics, a lot of us drive those. Love my auto over Donner Pass in the winter snow. It's a super trucker manual, guys. I see stuck in a ditch. Yeah. Do people not go down mountains now in the wintertime with automatics? I mean, there's got to be a way to do this safely, it would seem like to me. Trucker Hershey has his blankie, so he's not triggered, so you're okay. You have much more control with a real transmission. Well, but I mean, the automatic you can hold, at least a decent company, will let you hold it in gear, just like a car. I mean, just like a car. So, like, you can put the car in manual mode and hold it in gear. Both of my cars do that. If I can do that in a Chevy Sonic, all right, you ought to be able to do that in a truck. Now, I will say this. If you can't manually shift or hold the gear in an automatic on the road, that I might think is unsafe. You, as the driver, should be able to control the transmission. So if you can do that, like I don't have manual mode, but I'm only going to Cincinnati, so it doesn't bother me as much. But I think on the road, I would want that. I only work past 8 hours as long as they pay overtime. I agree. I wouldn't take a job local that didn't pay overtime on hourly. Certainly get overtime. And a lot of them do. A lot of them pay overtime. But you may have to work 14 hours. That's the problem. A lot of them want a really long day, 12, 14 hours. That's a long day if you're local. And if you live any distance from work, you might as well be on the road almost. If you're only going to be home 8 hours, 6 hours, what's the point? Jeff is triggered by super singles. A large, heavy truck, you have to be in control. You're not in control with an automatic. Well, I don't know. Are you in control with an automatic? If you can shift it yourself, you are. What would Elvis say? We don't know. That's the thing. He'd say he's probably, with those super singles, he's probably caught in a trap and he can't get out. Gustavo, as long as it makes money, I don't care what type of tires I use. I agree with you that. Whatever they give me, if they're legal, I'm in. I'm waiting for them to get super singles. I haven't seen any trucks with them, so I don't know when we'll get those. If they're any extra money, never. I'll say until they're standard on the truck. $30 an hour is the new minimum average. That's not bad. I mean, 30, I saw that job. I'm like, 30 with no experience, they'll train you. So $30 an hour, and then if you had 70 hours, that's $25.50 a week for that week. And you're home every day. How is that terrible? I don't think so. 50 hours, $16.50 to be home every day and work 10 hours a day. I don't think that's terrible at all. And you could fill your car up in the alley. Zerdo Azua. Ooh, thank you very much. I hope I got that right. Hi, Mark. I'm researching to buy my first rig. Any recommendation for the best engines? Well, thanks for New Mexico. Well, there are owner operators on here that I'll be happy to tell you that. As a local company driver, I don't buy trucks. So I'm a big Detroit fan for my trucks. They seem to get the best mileage from what I've seen, and that's where I'd go with fuel mileage. Fuel mileage. So I'm in for Freightliner for service, because there's Freightliner dealers everywhere, and Detroit for fuel mileage. And if you don't care about that, then the long nose. But yeah, Freightliner, we're getting close to 9 in ours. That's what matters. Manual, automatic, all pays the same. Manual's better. I would rather have a manual. I'll agree with that. But yeah, well, if it paid different, then we could talk about it. But I've never seen that. 63 must have been saving lots of money on fuel. New burn, yeah, it was horrible. Going 62, back then. And they didn't care that much about fuel. They just safety. Oh, it's safety. If my guys can get done at noon, bye. See you tomorrow. If we don't get done until 5, that's a thing too. Friday worked from 7 to 9, but I got paid for it. Well, would a driver get paid extra for it? That's the thing of it. I'd have to see how that all paid. If it's a flat rate and I'm getting done late every day, I'd have to figure out the hourly rate and see if the job's worth it. I mean, seriously, right? I'm running a 2020 Freightliner with an automatic and have no issues. Yeah, the Jake brake can be your best friend if you know how to use it. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Are you able to go down the mountains safely? That's hazmat pay, though. Hazmat should be higher than regular freight. Well, I mean, yeah, $30. I'm just saying that here it is. Here's a job that you don't need experience for. You can start at $30 an hour and be home every day and make $2,500 a week with no experience in hauling fuel. You need driving experience. So I don't think that's terrible, and that's what U.S. Express has to compete against. Yeah, Christopher, okay, manual mode, so it works out fine. Johnny on the flip side. That's good. Anyone see Hirschbach's CEO owner Brad Pinchuk's journey on the road? He and his wife hauling a Tyson load. Really? I didn't know he drove, so no. Is that on their website or on YouTube somewhere? I'll check that out. That's got to be exciting. A manual ship automatic constantly works just as well as a manual. Yeah, if you can manually shift it right. Autos make you step on the brake. Worst thing you can do in the snow. It depends what you're doing, right? Where are we stepping on our brakes? Why would an automatic make you step on your brake more than anything else? And you let off, right? The thing goes into coast mode, just like a manual, so which you could press the clutch in. So I don't think so. I'm not in. I drive every winter. Kevin finally made it. That's the bigger turnaround dog you bite in the trucking industry is to pay for field drivers. I remember starting out thinking how little they got for responsibilities. Well, apparently now that's changed because that's an ad running today. I took a set of doubles, Chris, from Hagerstown, Maryland to Seaford, Delaware yesterday. Brought another set back to Hagerstown. Did some B&D, handled 14 trailers total in 12 hours. Wow, 14 trailers total. All right, so 12 hours, if it pays good, it's worth it. I'm just saying I don't like a long day. Each person's got to decide what they want out of their job or whatever. And to find a lower, hour job is not that usual in trucking. Put super shingles on my roof. They don't blow up. Yeah, I just put one big shingle up there. It's heavier to put on, but then it just stays there. You only need 2 nails. I saw GP Transco's doing a giveaway. They are. Oh, let's see. Oh, and I lost my spot from that. Mark, love the channel. My guy keeps doing what you're doing. My guy. Okay, right. Arian Melton. All right, thank you very much. Are you part of the Melton dynasty? Alexandra's here. Hey, folks, from Roma Creek, Texas. Roma Creek. All right. I picture a lot of finger symbols there. It would look like a frozen pipe after a burst. Cash the skiing truck. When I was with USA Truck, we were governed at 62. I used to look at the kilometers per hour instead, so I didn't get so depressed. You switch it around. Oh, my gosh. I know. It was so frustrating going that slow. Adam Wayne is missing Weiner Monday. Well, I'm glad you're finally here. AKA, I manually shift my auto also. It shifts itself back long before it should. Some of them, part of it is depending on the company and the RPM. So you can change all that in the computer settings because they went and changed all ours, so you can't shift them at all. You can't power shift them. You can't do anything. Yes, to run Mount Eagle a few times per week with no issues. Joe, you see not crashing every 5 seconds? Okay, exactly. I mean, it's all how you drive the truck. If you can get over there with a car, why can't you get over there with a truck? Super singles have no limp home mobility and you destroy the rim with a heavy load. Well, I mean, personally, that wouldn't matter to me, but you just pull over, same as a car. If that, if that's the excuse, okay, I hear you. Why don't we insist that cars have dual tires all the way around then? Because when you have a flat, you have to change your tire. You have to stop immediately or change your tire. That's the thing. But cars do that. And when's the last time you had a flat tire? I just got level 3 inspected. They say I need to go back to starting point after use of personal conveyance. I know that's not true, but you will confirm it. Leo's Madness. Yeah, you have to go back to your starting point after use of personal conveyance. That's true. That's true. So, yeah, he's correct. Well, so I'm confirming that he's right. Downer on the downer side is hard on my auto. I die every day. Super singles are the incel of tires. A driver, how much are they? Has anybody replaced one? Are they more money than 2 of single tires? Now let's ask that question. We don't know how much that is. UP Trucker Bob, goodness. Truckers in the shop with breached DOC filter also needs a new or clean DPF. All right. Hoping these things are covered by the after treatment warranty. Stay safe. Well, thank you very much for that. And I think those are part of the after treatment warranty, which I'm glad you got on that truck. Holy mackerel, because that stuff takes forever and it's expensive. At least here, you get a DPF filter, your truck's out for the whole week. I'm like, what are you guys making this yourself? Do you guys 3D print these? What is happening? So yeah, those are good, but that's under your warranty. If you blow out a tire, and you should pull over and have someone come and change it. It's out of service. If you throw debris all over the road, it could get someone killed. Cash is King Trucking. Yeah, I agree with that too, right? If you blow a tire, you should pull over to the nearest safe place. I would rather you at least went to a ramp if it's close. Just because I see so many of these accidents on the shoulder, and it's very unsafe for the person changing your tire. But yeah, get that thing off the road and get it changed. And that is policy here too. That if you're driving on the road and get a ticket for this, you're going to get in trouble here. They don't want you driving around on the rim. So you should pull over and get it fixed. And plus, if you were driving your car, you wouldn't want all these chunks of tire going flying all over the place off of somebody's semi. They did that on Mythbusters, by the way, and threw a chunk of tire through a windshield, and it was only going 35 miles an hour. Going down a mountain in an auto is a breeze. Set the cruise and adjust the radio volume. Always the radio's first. Plus, if you turn the radio up, you can't hear all the buzzers and alarms and stuff. So I'm in for that, right? Fred Zeppelin. The only pandemic I see now is the fuel island rudeness. It's unreal. Pull forward, right? Why is the island filled? I get this once a week probably. The Petro, all the lanes are filled, usually in bad weather because drivers are lazy. And so, why am I coming in here? Why is there nobody in their truck? No, I went in one day, nobody was filling their truck. And you look inside because I can see in the building there. There's nobody in there. There's wandering around or whatever. What is going on? It's 1 a.m. What are you doing? Trucking GPS. What is the best company and model for customization? Joey. Oh, right. I just use Google Maps. So I'm a big fan of Google Maps. And a map yourself and knowing the roads. So I only use Google Maps for like last mile and to see what road it is, calling and using satellite mapping. So there's probably people on here that use a truck GPS. I don't use one. Jake brake on will that gear when going downhill on automatic? Jake brake, yeah, Jake brake down the hill. I love your JB Hunt cab over stories. So funny. Leo's Madness, and I lost that. You don't have to return to the point of origin if you're utilizing Safe Haven. Any other use of PC must begin at the end of the same location. Right. Okay, right. So if we're going to Safe Haven it out of someplace that wouldn't let you park there, agree. But otherwise, yeah, PC starts where it ends. Starts and ends the same place. Maybe a mile from Mexico on US 83, Alexander. Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying Roma. I just got that. I got the vibe, the hand thing vibe. So yes, the DOT officer was correct, and I hate the DOT. That's not nice. Now we love the DOT. Because of lack of fuel delivery at Fresno Airport, planes are having to divert to San Francisco to fuel up to go cross country. Donkey bite. I will say the TA in Nevada and Arizona, some of them are limiting you to 60 gallons because they can't get enough fuel put in there. So you have that too. Cassius King Trucking has a personal conveyance question. All right. Time to delete that DPF cancer. That's not allowed. Super single tires run anywhere from $600 to $1,000 each. How much is a single tire then? If you were to buy the same quality single tire, not some Aldi brand. I see all these tires, $180. I'm like, how can a semi tire be $180 and the tires for my car be $254? I don't understand. You don't have to return to start for PC. Look up the safe parking provision. It depends. Safe parking is only if you are not allowed to park at the shipper or receiver and you run out of hours there. Otherwise, you cannot just PC because you can't find a place to park. That does not work. It's about $50 cheaper to get a super single and about 2 duals of the same quality. So $50, that's a lot all the way around. All right, I mean, that's money. Just back up and the tire rope, just back over the chunks. I once got a flat tire down in Hunts Point and could not pick up my load to get out of there. Ended up maneuvering in some back alley to get tire replaced at some hole-in-the-wall tire shop. I bet that was not expensive at all. Just bring a can of Fix-A-Flat or some Flex Seal. Just slap that right on there. You know, they have gigantic cans of Fix-A-Flat. I've always seen that. There's a little sticker on it. I remember using it years ago on my Granada ESS with a 4 on the floor. And there was a little sticker you're supposed to put on your rim to let the next tire repair place know not to get in it because apparently it's full of goo. Creature 937, I use a Garmin Nuvi 770. How much are those? So I'm sure this person would like to know that. Love the hood guys complaining autos aren't safe, yet they drive with puny windshield and wipers park in the center. Right, Pete. And also you need to have the sunshade come down 9 inches so you can barely see what you're doing. Right, but the automatic's not safe. Right, and have a long hood. Dennis, I had a real time getting out and back to the shipper, which was another crazy back off a busy street into the dark side of the building. Long day. Yeah, New York City, that's another reason to mark that out or wherever you work and say, don't send me there anymore. Right, you can PC the grocery store and then return to your load. You aren't advancing the loading. You aren't utilizing the vehicle for non-business use exactly. And there's a problem. The computer setting is the real problem. Set wrong, a couple with single tires and you're driving accident going somewhere to happen. Well, I think just like changing tire size on your car, you can tell, you go in there and tell the computer revolutions per mile. That's how you set your speedometer. So if you're changing the actual height of the tire, you can go in the computer and change that, just like when you put gigantic 37s on your Jeep Renegade, okay, and have to tell the computer, hey, I have a different size tire. You just go revolutions, right? By doing a little bit of quick pi calculations, and I actually think it's printed on the tire. You can look it up, tell it how many revolutions per mile, and that's how you set your speedometer. Or years ago, you changed the gears in the speedometer gear, but we don't do that anymore. Anyone else watching Fall of Afghanistan? April 1973. Oh, is that on the? Is that a channel now? That'll be on the History Channel. Yeah, I agree. My advice to new drivers, men or women of small stature: get a long hook stick to release the fifth wheel. Tractor may roll, and I see drivers up there and feet under the tire. It'll never put your feet under the tires. Oh my gosh. You always reach in there. I never put my feet under the tires of a truck. Holy mackerel. You don't know when it's going to roll or what's going to happen. Feet are always out. Get one of those releases if you need one. I've seen people too. They'll put trailers, you know, in lots all over the place backed up to each other, and drivers will walk back there and get in between the trailers. There's a foot back there, you know, to look at the doors or lights or whatever. Never walk in between trailers. Somebody could hook the other trailer. Your truck can roll. Don't do it. Do not do that. Garmin Nuvi Creature paid $500 for brand new, and it comes with lifetime map updates. Nice, probably all Wi-Fi now. The last one I had was like a Nuvi 370 or something. That was the last actual dedicated GPS thing I had. It was 4 inches, and that was a big deal because there were like 3.5-inch ones. What's your company's DOT number? I have no idea. Never look at the door. I get in with my eyes closed. Good morning. I know you're a car guy and was wondering what your dream car is. Jaguar, which I'll get. Right? I go test drive them all the time. I'll get one eventually. Now, that would be the car, you know, and that's the thing. That's the car that I'll get. I drove a Countach in the, I don't know, late 80s, early 90s in Indianapolis. I don't remember what year that was. And that was probably the drive of my life at the Speedway there. But I probably wouldn't want to drive one every day. Wouldn't drive one every day. But driving it for, you know, an afternoon, incredible. I recommend it. Keltarusu Travels. Hey, Mark and everyone. Hey, if you want to go to these driving events like I go to a lot of them, start signing up for better email and better junk mail, which is how I originally did it as a teenager. I would send away, hey, all these little magazines had these little cards in them. You could fill out your name and stuff and send them in the mail. Well, I would do that, except put better stuff in there for information for Rolex, information for Lincoln, for Mercedes, and then I just started getting invited to stuff, and now once you're in them, you start getting invited to all these things. It's pretty awesome. Get started on that immediately. A lot of attitudes about super singles and the ability to keep on moving if there's a flat. Derives from people who don't get paid downtime. Oh, well, that could be too. Maybe people are worried about not getting paid. So all your breakdown time should be paid 100% of it. should be paid until you're back rolling. $600 to $1,000 for Michelin Super Single. All right. And so if it's $50 more than two, it's within $50, it's close. Got attacked by a pit bull on Thursday. It ran and headbutted me in the chest. Really? Knocked me on my butt. Luckily the owner was there. Pull it off. No bites. Kelly, that's crazy. I can't believe he would do that, too. I mean, he seems like a nice guy. I've seen him on Ridiculousness and stuff. And for just run up and headbutt somebody, that's crazy. I just can't believe it. Pit bull would do that. Paladin, ready for Red Alert? I'm ready. Got my finished up the other event. I'm still at the summer event site. There's like 5 of us down there. I'm on the dance floor out there. It's hilarious. I've been waiting, just staying there. There's still people down there. So I think that's pretty funny. I like Holly Kippers. Is she a singer? My dream car, 1955 DeSoto Fire Dome. Wow, that would be nice to drive. I don't know if I'd want to keep that car. Whew. You had a Granada. I love that Granada. That ESS Granada. That car was great. And that thing, that's when Granadas had that deal that it would hold its value as good as a Mercedes, or you got the difference back. And so tons of people got the difference back when they traded them in. I bought that thing used. That was many years ago. But that had a 4 on the floor. Oh, yeah. I love that car. That car had no problems with that car. Sighting on the Garmin Desi 800. Anyone use this one? That sounds expensive. 800? Fancy. Cash King Trucking, my Sunday rant is the guys who have the pickup trucks jacked up to compensate for their small roller wieners throwing rocks at my windshield because they got no mud flaps. All right. Hey, let's get some 37s, jack this thing up with the, old Emu lift kit and stuff. And, boy, we got it going on then. Of course, they're still rolling the 300 straight 6 in it. Or what? I haven't done any of that kind of action to it or anything. Yeah, absolutely. They should be required to have mud flaps, and they probably are. Mine is a 77 Firebird Trans Am black tops. Oh, yeah, 70. Not the greatest years for them. They look great, but that 3-speed automatic killed them. Even the manual in those, yikes. Jaguar like the James Bond Jaguars? No, James Bond's Aston Martin. So you see James Bond rolling in Aston Martin. That'd be nice too. Be nice. Jags are known to have a lot of electrical problems. That's the old Jaguars. And so, you got to put up a little things. The look of it, I mean, incredible. The quality, oh, really something. I just drove that Jaguar a few weeks ago here, that XF. You cannot compete anywhere near that quality of the inside of that car versus, just some regular cars that people buy. It was crazy. A stitched leather dashboard, come on. Super high quality. Company trucks have you locked in economy mode, right? That's true. I still start in 3rd, downshift to 11 for hill climbs. Right, ours do that. And the International shifted every gear. I mean, what are we doing? I'm bobtailing, it's starting in 1st, and you couldn't change it. I'm like, really? It's 1, 2, 3. I'm like, oh my gosh. Stupid. Yikes on the dog attack. Glad you're okay. Do you have an email sending a recipe for the 18 Wheels Chef channel? Right. And I cannot believe I'm going to have to write to Pitbull. I don't understand it. I use that model. It's great, George Costanza. It has voice command. The maps are accurate and it's easy to update. Good. Over here flexing with that 4-inch GPS Cash King truck. Oh, that thing has stopped working long ago. But yeah, that thing's, and I will tell you, stuck to the windshield. That was pretty amazing. It was a little purple line. That was really amazing back then because they had 3.5-inch ones. And I went to like the 4-inch one. I got that one. I'm like, I'm getting this one. And I couldn't believe the size of that screen. This one had a flip phone, right? A flip, which was running Windows for mobile, like Windows CE or something. And it was a flip phone. You only had like 10 choices. News, entertainment, sports. And you just clicked it and it was all text. That was how the internet was. That was the internet, believe it or not, some people. On your phone, that was amazing too. Mine would probably be a 74 Di Tommaso Pantera. Wow. I only see those at car shows. I'll see one of those a year maybe. I mean, I never see them at all. That'd be really something. That would be nice. That's something you could drive every day too. Keep hearing about inflation. That must not have hit my paycheck yet. It didn't hit your paycheck. It hit your gas station. Gas today, $3.07 here. Today we're up about $1. I have a laundry list of cars I want, Alexander. Well, let's start doing some laundry and getting them, right? I would only have as many as I could drive, even no matter how much money I had. I wouldn't have some huge garage full of 500 cars if I couldn't drive them all. So, Jag, F-Type is not a bad price now. Yeah, I mean, the F-Type, I'm not into that, right? I want a sedan, a luxury sedan. So, Looking at it, it would be an XF, or even an XJ would be okay also. Thanks, George Costanza. Let's see. Michelin tires are the worst on the road. They don't hold the road. Michael Swift. All right. I mean, we'll go with that. The Escape's got Michelin's on it from the factory. They're all right. Firestone Winter Force on the Sonic all summer long. Years ago, exit 201, a Georgia driver was crushed against his cab over when driving the fuel aisle and rolled back. Oh, see, you got to watch that too. Anytime there's somebody in front of you or you're going in between two vehicles, I mean, it's just nerve-wracking. But in a yard, if your truck rolls back, somebody rolls back from the other trailer, I mean, there's too many variables. It's just not worth going in between there. Pull out somewhere where it's safer, where you can get back there safely. It's just crazy. Cash King Trucking, I want a drop-top Chrysler LeBaron with the wood grain sides. Oh, one of the ones that talks to you? Remember those? It had like 80 phrases in it. Your door is ajar. Your windshield fluid is low. Oh, yeah. The talking Chryslers. Adam, I want to make a video series informing truckers how to legally stay strapped while driving over the road, as well as teach truckers the rights dealing with the DOT. Think people like it? I think they would. I think you should probably at least have a lawyer, if you can, as a consultant on it, though, because you can't really give legal advice. How to legally stay strapped, that's probably not allowed. Giving somebody advice like that, if you were to say how to legally stay strapped, I don't think so. You're not a lawyer, unless you are a lawyer. I mean, you might, if you're a lawyer, which is possible, then yeah. Would they like it? Yes. Can you do it? You can show, the regulations for the DOT, certainly. I like Toyota 4Runners, but the gas mileage is crappy. Who cares about gas mileage? Never buy anything based on gas mileage. Get good mileage or whatever. Buy something on what you like and just put gas in it. Yeah, that's what I think. Otherwise, forget it. Otherwise, we should all drive a Spark, which I think is a great deal on a new car. Probably the best deal in new cars going. But not many people buy them. Intercorruptional, right. And it's the computer setting. Right, they have it set to shift every gear and not let you adjust it at all. JP Morgan versus Jaguar. I would take Jaguar. Super singles look hot rod, but not practical. I'll take them. I haven't driven one yet. I saw the new Mack Black Anthem limited edition trucks. Nice looking. I've never driven a Mack. Heard a lot of love and hate about the old ones, but how are the new one? I haven't driven an Anthem. Last Mack I drove was an R model in town. So, and they were tough. They were super tough. Hopefully the Road Macks are a little bit softer. 430 in California. Nice. Worth it. Whatever car, get a car you like and pay the gas for it. Al Johns wants a garage full of a boat. All right. You're a water person, right? I can't, because I would have to be covered up completely on the water. I can't do the water. You see me out there in one of those gigantic sun hats or whatever, no. Burn too fast. Cannot be out more than a few minutes. George Costanza, whenever snow quality multiple times in my automatic. Did you slide around? Also went over cabbage. I had to chain up once for each against company policy, but guess who got the load done? But was it unsafe? See, that's the thing. Do you believe the automatic going over there was unsafe in the wintertime? And looking around, half or more probably of the trucks that were with you going over there were also automatics. So when I lived in Japan, I was introduced to the Nissan Skyline GTR. Now I have one. Christopher, that's great. You don't see many of those at all here. Is yours right-hand drive? Stay out of California. Just move also. Chaining the super singles is sure easier than throwing 3 rails. Oh, that's true too. Easier to chain. Never thought about that. Let's see. Sit at the bottom of the hill and wait for multiple days, or chain up and go over the hill. I'm going to chain up and go over the hill. Got to get paid to buy more wieners. Wieners don't buy themselves, folks. They're not just going to fly in your mouth. You got to go grab them and stick them in there. K5 Blazer on 54-inch boggers. Holy mackerel. That would be a rough ride on a long distance. Where I live, gas costs money. Yeah, gas costs money. Just go buy it, though. I'm saying just buy whatever car you like so that you can enjoy driving around. Everything's about enjoying. Life's about, enjoying. Don't shortchange your life. This is it. You don't get another chance later. I'll do it later. Do it right now. I want a 75 Riviera. Wow. That would be something. See that thing driving around. There's a 455 in that. You will be at the gas station. DOT has no regulation for weapons. Well, it's an easy channel then. You can call me for legal advice. I smashed the bar. Was this Zagnut? Zagnut. Wow. Zagnut. Going on the Great Tribble Hunt. Where are is that what they're doing for that? Or is that today? I don't know what we're talking. The Great Tribble Hunt. I definitely watched that video. I want a boat, a zero-turn mower, and a dually. You want everything. It's time to go get those things. Put a plan together to go get them. How about that? I'm serious about that. Here's what I want. Here's what it costs. Here's what I'm going to do to get it. Are you willing to do what it takes to get the things you want? That's all you got to do. Well, am I willing to do it? Am I willing to not watch TV all week? Am I willing to, whatever it takes? My dream car is the 87 Buick Grand National. Those, I've seen some of those. They need another gear, right? I think if somebody would swap one of those as a 5-speed, I think it would do even better. Way underrated on horsepower. What if gas mileage is part of what I enjoy? I enjoy being in my car more and not stopping at the gas pump. Sure, look, whatever you're enjoying. But a lot of people won't buy a car because, it doesn't get any gas mileage or whatever. And I don't think that's a good reason ever to not buy a car. Go get the car you want, regardless of its mileage. People that commute a long way should live closer to their job or make some kind of other arrangement also. Well, Mark, I live 58 miles from work each way. Well, why do you do that? Why do you waste 500 hours a year in your car going to work? Adam Wayne, you're absolutely right. What you have to be cautious is the varying state laws and how we're to secure your weapon to be legal in communist places like New York and California. Communist places. That's putting it mildly. I want that new EV Countach. I saw that and I was so disappointed after my experience with a real Countach. An EV Countach. No pop-up headlights, of course, which you don't see anymore, but I thought, you know what, really? We're going to do that? We're going to EV this car? I'm giving up on when they start doing that. No roller wieners today. Went with a brisket sandwich. Well, that's pretty good. Midlife trucker. I'll go with that. Mark, do a trucking trivia contest and have a giveaway like a small practical driver day kit like gloves, tire knocker, flashlight, window cleaner, small first aid kit, and multi-purpose tool. The new one's $2.6 million. Oh, I didn't see a price on it. The old ones were still expensive. And it's not as fast as people think. If I won the lottery, it would be a 56 Chevy with an LS swap. So modern and still old. And shippers, receivers can bar you entry if you packing heat, if they know about it, right, Kelly? Very few places search you. I can't remember being searched. Man, it'd be very rare. New York City is 100% no-go no matter what. Well, see, that's a problem. Marco, hey, Mark, California is not that bad. Well, if you're illegal all across Indiana, on the other hand, it's like walking on eggshells. However, I love the Midwest. I've never had any problems going into California. I did wash almost every time at the border. Going in, she went in with a clean truck and legal, I agree. I made sure it slid up and everything. I never really had any problems there. It's just the cost of living there that bothers me in California, really. And the speed limit is a little low. You're coming across the desert. There's nothing there for hundreds of miles, and it's a 55. Why am I having to stand in line and wait at the manhole? What's going on here? Did the Border Patrol take over? George Costanza. Well, the line is so long to get in, and plus there's only that one entrance in the back. I would like a 72 Monte Carlo. Oh, sweet. I'll go with a 71 Monte Carlo. I like the look of it better. The turn signals changed in 72. 78 Trans Am with the dream car creature, so slow relative to new cars, but they look great. That's another car that is ripe for a 5-speed. Because I don't know if you could get a 5-speed that year. Maybe a manual 4-speed. I wanted the Riviera as a teen. It was insanely expensive. Yes. $6,000. Now I think it would be funny for people to see like an old Grammy driving it like she's a pimp. What a pimp. I want a shotgun mounted on my dash like police cruisers have. Is that legal? Well, let's see. We have a channel here that's going to open for that. Can you mount a shotgun in view? That is actually a good channel. So we're a good question. Gino, good afternoon. Hey, did you hurt yourself? Oh, absolutely. At the manhole. Midlife trucker. My home time car is a 2000 Honda Insight Hybrid. All right. Cost me $900 and came with a spare car. Yes. The older Honda Insights, for people that don't know, hybrid, and also 2 seats. So good fuel mileage, but not that exciting to drive. I think we can agree with that. I want the new Hummer. I saw there's an electric Hummer. You won't find me an electric car. Hell, Johns, if you're packing heat, pack it away, but close enough to get to. Well, can you put it where you can see it, like a police cruiser might have mounted? Like mileage? Right-hand drive. All right, so it is right-hand drive. 600 horsepower and a 3,000 pound all-wheel drive car. Now, that's a fun car to drive, right? Regardless of fuel mileage. Dennis, I took my autistic son on a ride for a ride in my W99 990. Nice new truck, too, and he loved it. But he didn't like the sound of the air brakes. He'd cover his ears and make growling noises. But it did enjoy sitting up so high. Look, I'm glad he enjoyed it. And now sometimes different things affect, people with autism, so that is a problem. But look, if he gets enjoyment out of it, that's awesome. Only 25 brand new incoming Cascadias are left for this year. Then what happens? Will people just get a used truck, I guess, because that's all the more new ones? Is that all you could get to, or is that all you ordered? And did you get all of them that you ordered? Kelt Rooster Travels, well, thank you very much. I hope this buys a VIP ticket at the manhole. Absolutely. VIP servicing. For sure. Bottle service. Should be absolutely no reason any shipper or receiver is aware you are armed. Okay, Adam Wayne, that's what I'm saying. What if they ask you? It's legal if the cops do. Trust me, I saw a meme on Facebook. Oh, all right. I didn't know there was a meme about it. So, yeah, absolutely. And as long as that meme is not fact-checked, it's got to be legal because they're immediately fact-checked by the world's best fact-checkers. We know that. Same people that work here on YouTube. Hey, Mark, can't stay long double shift at the manhole. It's Mr. Blau. Wow. That's shower worthy right there. You do 2 shifts, they give you a free shower there, so that's pretty good. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That new EV Countach is 800 horsepower. Cash King Trucking. Yeah, the horsepower, people always do that with me with the Tesla. We'll mark it so fast. I don't care. It isn't the fastness. That's not all there is to driving. Go drive a real Countach from the 80s, right? A 5000S. And go drive the car. No electronic nannies. Super tough clutch, manual steering. The engine's a foot behind your head, 12 cylinders. That's driving. Okay, you got to drive that car. That I can tap in an address and in a Tesla and it zooms me over there like the Jetsons. That's not driving. That's not driving a car. You don't like to drive if you like that car. My personal opinion, carrying a gun across multiple state lines is just you're asking for trouble, Kelly Patterson. I agree. It can be a problem. I recommend people don't do it, but if you do, be sure to look at the state law in every state that you're going to be in. And your company, always remember this, your company could say no thank you because it's their truck. So they can fire you for it if they know about it. So always, as an employee, you always got to remember, something like that, you got a gun, they go, what's that, right? Oh, this? You're walking out with your shotgun. You can get fired for that. Fisher Brown, big fan, Mr. Mark. Well, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. New York City is not 100% no-go if you're following federal code for the transportation of weapons through a state. See, I don't want to, but the thing is about this, the practical part of it is, if some officer were to see that, and he doesn't understand the federal code for transportation of weapons through a state, as you wrote there, you could be arrested. Now, you'd say, well, you're going to get that removed or whatever, fine. But at the moment, you're arrested. Okay, and so that kind of thing, that's what I'm concerned about. I went to a Kroger that ran a metal detector over you when you go into the shipping office. Really? So now shippers are having metal detectors? Or was it one of those wand ones? You go, no, I want to be searched. That's what you should tell them. You're going to have to search me. I don't like that metal thing. Road Float Express, late to the party. I'm making that money. Oh, well, you got to do that. Now, if you know the laws and understand your rights. I agree. As an employee, always understand where you sit as an employee. Smokey the Bandit, the Trans Am was the coolest looking car. Oh, absolutely. Look, the car looked great. You could get that package yourself. Black and gold is the only way to get it. I'm in for you. One arrest and charge can cost you a huge lawyer bill. Kelly, that can cost you your job too. Ironically, if you got arrested with a gun, an employer that does not allow it, you might get out of the charge, but you would be fired. And you will have an arrest record. So think about that. You would have an arrest record. That would depend on the state for a Cash King truck. For instance, in Virginia, mount it away. Though I would be cautious of driving into Maryland with it mounted up on the line like that. I'd be cautious at any state with it mounted up there on the line. I wouldn't do it. I was one of those at least an EV1. Well, that'd be pretty cool back then. I mean, that was a big deal for General Motors. There's not many people that still have one. They crushed a lot of them, brought them all back. There's a few out there. 57 Willie CJ5. Wow, had one for 20 years. Didn't go fast, but you couldn't stop it. See, it doesn't go fast, can't stop. That's Army right there. 67 cents per mile, Chicago to St. Paul and back. 3 trips a week, weekends off, $1,600 a week at Paper Transport. Surprising, but I love it. But Paper Transport's another one of these places with those goofy, stupid question thing that I can't think of the name of it because I'm so mad about those questions, Job behaviors. Hit the Jakes and put the ear brakes on. Yeah, you know what? How about this? Give your son had one of those earmuff things if he would wear it. That might help him to not hear as much of the air brakes. I don't know. He may not wear them. I know that may be a problem too, but that's a thought. My home time car is my own 2 feet. It's a great way not to get fat. That way it is, but I mean it's a long walk to Meyer and back with groceries, so we got to think of at least to have a car, sometime. If I get arrested, I'd be thrilled because I know I got a huge payout coming with civil rods for violation. That's a long way down the road. I'll take a bottle of Yahoo and some Cheetos. Sweet. That's all you can get for that. My W990 is a beautiful truck and a great ride. It has 565 horsepower. Nice. And 18-speed. Wow. But a bare maneuver in tight spaces, and the hood is huge. Right. You got that old school look in it. Right, with this big engine and stuff. Yeah, but they're great looking trucks. I agree with you. 3 heavy pedals plus a gated shifter. Don't tell me it's powerful. Electric is awesome, but definitely not the same thing. It was a look in the late 80s. That was one of the fastest cars going. You were a little over 5 seconds to 60, which a Tesla is faster. I agree with you, but that was fast then. One of the fastest cars. 175 top speed in it because it was a 5-speed. Gated shifter is just awesome to shift. It's the driving, the whole driving experience, the sound and everything. You didn't need a radio. It had an Alpine radio in it or something. You didn't need it. It didn't matter. There's more to driving than cruising around in an electric car quietly, like the Jetsons. Too much trouble for me to litigate my way to be rich. I had a flashback. Q&A to stick our model, but not with a window in the back. Hit a bump and almost knocked myself out of the ceiling. Oh, that's true too, right? So on our models, you had a problem like that too. Every bullet has a lawyer attached. Oh, I don't know about that. I had a 94 TA, but would like a 70 to 72 Firebird formula with the Super Duty 455. So yeah, some of those, that went for a few more years too, right? With that, but those early years before we had all the stupid emissions were the way to get one with that Super Duty in it. Dude, civil rights lawyers will take your case for free. Meanwhile, you're fired, remember. They know they're going to make money in the settlement, so they won't charge a dime. It's not, that kind of thing isn't worth it for me. I agree. This is probably an opinionated question. What's the best 2021 rig? I don't know. Don't have one yet. Anybody in a new truck? Super new. I've seen some videos of these 2021 Freightliners with the digital dash. I'm in for that, but I got to believe there are a lot of drivers that are a little bit nervous about a digital dashboard. I think all experienced drivers should mess with the mega carriers and go get one of these apps that will give you a phone number, put an application, and when they call you, just mess with them. Nice. Yeah, you can. Anybody that needs a phone number can go to Google Voice. Check that out, and you can get a number from basically anywhere in the country. Exactly, Mark. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Firearms laws vary too much. It's nerve-wracking. And remember, as an employee, you always have to remember that you have to live by not like a code, but certainly the driver manual. It may have rules against that. Next time I want to travel, I'm going to find a trucking company in the area I want to go and make them buy me a plane ticket to orientation and never show up. Fly myself back. Oh, that's an interesting way to get around. Apply to a few places at once so they haven't talked to each other. And say, I'll come here for Monday and then schedule the next one on the next Monday. But I'll be visiting my sister. So can you fly me from this city? You can basically fly yourself all the way around the country, a bunch of different vacations, and then get back. That's pretty good. I want to hire a tail gunner with quad M2 to deter four-wheelers. We can throw something out at them. 50 plus state troopers rolling east on I-10 in Texas. That is a problem. I wonder what they're doing. Practicing for what? I have access to a small arsenal home for hunting and home defense. And on the road, if you've seen my cooking channel, I got other things. Plus the dog. You got that vicious dog. Can you tell me if a 2004 International is a good first truck? Yikes. I hate Internationals with a passion. So I'm the wrong person to ask. I hate them. I just had this LT, which I hated too. I'm glad it's not working right. I hate them. I don't know if I'm clear enough. I don't like them. They are not great. So I've never been a fan of them. California, New York, and New Jersey are no-go on packing. I'll keep that in mind. When is Boy Elroy? That's correct, right. Getting late giveaway. Yeah, we can do that right here. Let's see here. I had a shipper not let me in with my pocket knife. Really? I wear a knife. Oh, that's not a knife. I do wear a knife. So let's see here. GP Transco is offered a giveaway today of a truck TV. So that would be a TV that goes in a truck, I assume. So this is GP Transco, and they're going to do that. The rules are in the description, as I was saying. I also have to say also, YouTube is not a part of the giveaway, and no purchase is necessary. And it's not sponsored by YouTube, or they get mad at me because they do not sponsor that. And I'm not sponsored either, so I will say that as well. So what we're going to do, which I always do, the 13th person, when the timer goes off, let's see here. Let me get back to that. Where did my timer go? Right here. Okay. So I always have my timer here. I have a little timer, right? I set it and forget it, right? I'm just going to set it there. It's clicking. Hear it? I set it over here. I can't see it. Okay. So it will scare me when it goes off. When that goes off, what I will do is take the count back from my screen, which is probably different than your screen. I'm usually a few minutes behind. And I count back 13 people. And then that person will be the winner. And that's the best way I found so far, I think, to be fair about it. So it's not like I'm picking somebody or whatever. And then I will ask that person at that time to put their zip code in the description, in the comments, and then email me your address, and I will have them send you that TV. So that is offered by GP Transco, which I appreciate very much. They just popped in and go, hey, how about if we give something away today? And I'm like, yeah, probably everybody would like that, so we can do that today. So that's what we're going to do with that. So that's how that'll go. Let's see. Billy Big Rigger says real drivers don't drive automatics. That's true. He would say that. I've climbed over the Rockies with 48,000 pounds of lumber. That Billy Big Rigger wouldn't like it. Not having your gun loaded ready is like having a hammer with no nails. I always wondered that too. Please, put your gun at home away and lock it in a safe and lock the bullets in your basement, somewhere. What's the point of that exactly? Beware of magazine and ammo restrictions. I recommend carry across Glock 43. I mean, this is way too nerve-wracking to do. But I agree. Look, if you know all this, do it state by state. There's 50 videos right there. There's your first 50 videos. And then go to cities. I totally agree. I thought it was going to be a TV shaped like a truck. It might be. I didn't see a picture of it. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? I want 22 cents a mile. Call Craig Fuller, the CEO of U.S. Express. So they probably can arrange that. He'll say, look, I would like your 30% raise to come soon. Dennis, I hate internationals as well. It was all we drove during my years at the BOC Gases and the Lindy Group. And they were the biggest junk I ever worked with. The Pro Stars with the Regens. Oh my God. We had a couple of those. Max Force. I had to regen that one time 3 times in a day. I drive 8 hours at the most a day. Okay, I'm like 3 parked regens. I'm like, oh my God. And there was like 25 minutes per time. I'm like, forget this. I don't have a truck. I'll just be quiet and listen. All right. I have the same hate for Freightliner trucks. See, I don't mind the Freightliners. The Cascadias, when they keep them up, I don't mind them all. Bring on the chance, man. That's true. My Lotto winter dream, a real FJ40 Land Cruiser or first-gen Bronco. The first-gen Broncos, super hard to find now. They all rusted away. And the ones that people have saved, they've restored. They're $100,000 or they're $800 and there's nothing left to them. They're just Swiss cheese. International LT has great storage in the sleeper. Yeah, I have a day cab LT, and I don't like the way the cab is set up. The wheel doesn't adjust enough. It's horrible riding. The lights are not great on it. I'm not a fan at all. BB Jelly, free TV, absolutely. From your friends at GP Transco. And they only have 25 new trucks left. So, Road Float Express, I remember trying to figure out how to win the radio call-in show. None of my scams ever worked. Yeah, I won one time on WLS. Remember that channel? When Phil Collins and what's his face? The two Phils came on with that song. Holy mackerel. I shouldn't start stories unless I remember everything about them. It's terrible when you're getting your extreme upper 30s. You had to be like the 10th caller, and I was. I couldn't believe it. Because you had to dial in, hang up, dial in, hang up, dial in. There's no cell phones, right? This is 83 maybe. Oh my gosh, I won $100. They sent me a check. I couldn't imagine having $100. I got like 15 years old. Oh my gosh. Now for Cash is King Trucking, like that's just a cigar. So, but I mean, that was something then. What is an MC Hammer? Have you ever noticed these truck companies never have a CEO shortage? Yeah, that's very good. Why isn't there a CEO shortage at the company? Wow. They don't seem to go anywhere. Boy, I just love that guy. You know, there ought to be a 30% raise. Well, thanks. Have a nice day. Always have one in the chamber ready to go. Exactly. Especially at home. Who locks their guns up at home, unloaded, and then locked up? You hear? I heard something. Hang on. 33. Let's see. 28 left. Right. Come on. Nobody does that. I've only driven the T680 in an LT midlife trucker. That LT, anything would be better, right? I'd rather have that R model Mac than this LT that I had. I mean, oh my gosh. And it was a 5-speed. Synchronized, though. Totally agree, Mark. International's trash. Yeah, they're horrible. And I thought, oh, the LT, because some people wrote to me and said, you know, we have LTs at our company and they're pretty nice. I thought, all right, I'm going to get one. And maybe the sleeper is nicer. Okay, but this day cab is just as bad as the other ones. James Snyder, hi. Hey, hello. Icon 4x4 makes some beautiful first-gen Broncos. Look them up. Is that the company that I see they redo a couple of different kinds of cars, right? Including first-gen Broncos, among a couple of others. Yeah, but the price, right, again, super huge. Way more than new. But I agree, you'd have that. A 2020 Volvo Globetrotter. I'd love to ride in one, right? I'd love to. James Snyder, that would be, I mean, I'd love it. I've seen them. We'll never get that. They're expensive. I love the International interior, but don't like the way it drives. The steering is crap and the power is non-existent. That's the other thing, Luke. The steering. Okay, so the 2021 Cascadia I had adjustable steering. The slower you went, the lighter the steering was. This International, horrible. The steering is terrible. Power, it's like you're checking it. Oh, it's full. I guess it's just terrible. One thing I never liked on the Pro Styles was the air horn on the steering wheel. That did change. This one had the thing, because I looked on the steering wheel. I'm like, oh, where's the horn? Oh, it's back up here where it's supposed to be. And the horn button on them for a long time was an inch square. You're like trying to honk at somebody. The lights are blinking. You're setting the cruise control. The radio's turning itself up. You're like, holy mackerel, I can't honk at anybody. The channel on YouTube called Hoovie's Garage just bought an H1 Hummer. I did see. He said something about Hummers. I do watch Hoovie. I think the channel has changed from the original purpose of the channel, which I always liked. But I watch Hoovie. I haven't seen the H1 one. Also, like my old, this is my old car, right? So I like that channel. Hey, Mark, I like to see you do some truck reviews. That'd be cool. Donkey Bot, I would too, but I got to have the truck to review. So I've looked at a couple of our Freightliners, but I don't get a lot of different trucks. I mean, as a fleet, they're like, let's go buy just all one kind of truck or whatever. So I don't get the opportunity to review them. People could review your own truck if you want to send the video over. I can post that kind of thing. But like a Globetrotter, I'll never get in a Globetrotter. Buc-ee's won't let trucks in. What's up with that? Why not? Midlife trucker. The world's largest gas station won't let trucks in. Dialing for dollars is waiting to find me. Nice. I missed my 79 Zephyr. I had a Fairmont, a 78 Fairmont, 4-door. With moon hubcaps, those little tiny moon hubcaps. It was an old government car. I want a vacuum, but it sucked. Yikes. I won a six Grand Illusion album from WLS. Oh, that'd be nice, too. Remember WMAQ's going to make me rich? All the Chicago people? Internationals are nothing more than 13. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Buc-ee's is for 4-wheelers. We're getting one in Gulfport. I love that store. It's huge. It's like the world's largest gas station. For people that don't know. For CEOs, there should be a 30% raise, but if I do that, I would take a 100% pay cut. See, the thing is, he was commenting on how much rates are up. Rates are really up, and he talked about, we've got as much as 45% raise on our contracted freight in the rates. Well, and he said, like, driver pay needs to go up probably 30%. See ya. And then I assume he got back in his limousine and left. It's just crazy. When seconds count, the police are only minutes away. Now at home, I'm with you at home. Here in Indiana, this is a stand your ground state, and you can carry without a permit in Indiana, which I don't think you should need one anywhere, but on any private property or your own property. Private property with the owner's permission, or on your own private property, you're allowed to open carry here in Indiana. Seeing a number of refurbished Ubers in Wisconsin, they're pretty sweet. Refurbished? What's a refurbished Uber? Dan Lawson, hello everyone. Black powder cap and ball pistols are considered firearms. Black powder. My dad would reenact the Civil War, and so he did that for many years, and he had a number of black powders. And it looked like it was a disaster on reloading them. He showed me how to do it, and I'm like, wow, no wonder the war took so long. It would take forever to fire the thing. Cab over is not Uber. Oh, okay, yeah. A refurbished cab over. I think, does Uber refurbish cars now? What is happening with that? Why don't trucks have airbags? Some do. Some Volvos especially have airbags. I think you could get them in a Freightliner, because when I went to price out Freightliner trucks, it seems like airbag was available in it, but it wasn't standard. Volvos have them, so why don't more owner-operators have train horns on their trucks? Oh, because they're concerned about making money. And so since a train horn doesn't increase your revenue, a lot of them don't put them on there. Some owner-operators actually are running a business and go, will this make me more money or not? So some of them don't do it. That's what I think anyway. Dream car 67 Chevelle with a big block and rally stripes. Wow. That'll see, that's not something you could drive every day, I don't think. So I'm looking for a car that is luxurious and that I can drive every day, so that's why I'm more of a newer Jaguar. I'd probably get an XJ12 or something if I was going to get a classic one from, early 80s. Schuster, great people, they're all internationals. Transmissions are bad, and you left for that reason? Yeah, see, but those are probably all international sleepers, I can assume, at Schuster. So, and I do get a lot of good reviews from people at Schuster. Oh, holy mackerel, that scared me. See, I knew I would be scared by it. Ugh. 1, 2, 3. Where'd I go? Right there, and it is Donkey Bite on my screen. Donkey Bite. All right. So let me write that down. Donkey Bite. As I take my adrenaline, or whatever I would take, right? Nitro, that would be it. I wouldn't take any adrenaline, right? So if you put your zip code in the comments, and then email me your address, I can get that address over, and a TV will be headed your way, possibly in the shape of a truck. Not sure about that. From your friends at GP Transco. They still have some new trucks coming in, by the way. Can you... looking for a job, maybe give them a call. I think that'd be great. 90 grand. Hey, that's some money. That's some money right there. That's you can spend that money in your home time at the manhole. That's correct. You could if you wanted to. So there we go with that. Holy mackerel. Thank you to GP Transco for that. Buc-ee's gas station is expanding. They're building one in Georgia and Crossville, Tennessee, but for cars. Okay. So no trucks. What's up, the Hool? Rates are up, so are farts. Yeah, exactly. Earlier this morning, I had a heroin addict overdose and crashed in the back of my trailer. Really? Are you okay? And what happened to the heroin addict? Does anyone remember WDHF and radio in Chicago in the 70s? No. Too early. I was on WLS then. I had a radio on my bike, which I actually still have, my 10-speed from high school, so I don't have the radio for it, though. The war would have been faster if everybody had slingshots. I know. Has anybody ever loaded a black powder gun? Let me tell you what. It's a hassle. Okay. You had a rifle, too. I'm like, you got to do this every time? I'm like, holy mackerel. Just give me the Tommy gun. First thing I bought as an owner-operator was a new seat. That look. Why companies don't do this is just beyond me at some places. Whenever they're like, we need to spend some money somewhere, put a nice seat in the trucks. That could even be an upgrade for people that stay. You're like, okay, because some companies do that. They'll have, a group of trucks that they give to people that start, and then after so many years, you get a new truck. Those trucks could be like upgraded and say, you stay here. Look at this seat you're going to get. That's the upgrade truck should have. Let's plan a date all to go lobby DC for universal concealed carry for truckers. I'm in the other side of it where, the Constitution, why can't you carry a weapon? You shouldn't have to go beg the government for your rights. That's what rights are. Nobody misses the Pinto. I never had one. I had a Vega GT, which was kind of like a Pinto. Right. People don't miss them. You see them run once in a while. There's a runabout here. It's like a little wagon thing, and I've seen that one. We need a classic rock station list for the whole country. Sick of paying for XM. XM's $5 a month, which, okay. So I have satellite, and I think you should too. You get the same channel everywhere. $5 a month. I remember when Freightliner came out with this cab over Argosy, right? For a while, these modern cab overs didn't sell well. Why'd they go by the wayside? By then, we were all into long nose trucks here. So everybody was into a conventional, and the Argosy just didn't go good. You'd see a few of them. I think JB Hunt had a bunch of them, but they just didn't catch on, and then they disappeared. Every once in a while, you'll see one on, like, in the truck paper. You can still get them used, though. You can. I want to put one of those train horns on your F-150. You could put them in a car if you want to, or a truck. 22 Cascadia, Brian, what do you think? Brand new truck. What do you think about that? How do you get cheap XM, Trucker Hershey? So you go to XM. Here's how you do it. When XM is ready to cancel, if you're in a year or if it's month to month, whenever the cancel date is, you got to call them. They don't let you do this online. You can't. You cannot cancel online. So go online, get the number. I don't know what it is. I think it's 800 XM radio or something. Call them up and go, you know what? Here's my radio number. Have your radio number ready from your radio, a 013, whatever it is. And I'm just going to cancel. I don't use it anymore. Okay, and there's one of two things are going to happen. I've been doing this for years. Depending on who answers the phone. They're going to say, okay, see you later. All right, and so then you cancel it. Within 1 day, make sure they have your email. Within 1 day, you will get an email to turn your radio on for $60 for the next 12 months. Okay, because I have to do that every once in a while. But normally what happens is when you say, you know what, I just don't have time, I don't listen to it, I want to cancel, and they go, well, what if we did this? What if we give it to you for $60 for the next year? And I'm like, well, I don't know, it's $5 a month. They go, well, yeah, it's $60. All right. And so do it. And then put in your phone, which is what I do, a day or two before that 1 year, make it your phone, give you a message. So you remember next year on August 14th to call satellite radio. And you call them on the 14th, you go, no, this is going to cancel in a couple days. So it's going to renew. Let's just cancel it. My year's up and I just don't listen to it. And you do this every year. You do it every year. I've done that, oh my gosh, 15 years now probably straight. I've been a member longer than that at Satellite, but I've been figured that out and I've been doing that and I've been getting it for that price forever. And that's how you get $5 a month satellite radio. Yep. What's a guy have to do to get a cat break? Well, the cat's taking a break. But let's see, who's over here? Oh, this one, right? And coming in to see what's going on. Probably just played with that thing on the door stopper thing. That's Sheldon the cat. That's what I have here. Hopefully that's the cat's name. That's what I put in there. Good dog. Sheldon. I haven't heard this. She scratched over here and left. So I like the driver's lounge. I like Parrot's best. Of course, always wear a Parrot on your head. U.S. Express will probably raise Variant, pay by 30%. That's the division they care about. Cash is King Trucking. Yeah, I saw a Variant truck again Friday. It was at the Loves at the 123 on I-74 in Indiana. So it was parked in there. He had pulled in to those spots that face the interstate. He pulled in. That's why I knew it was a Variant truck when everybody else backs in. Because Variant is doing things differently. So I assume they say, whatever you do, do it different. Variant. I couldn't have do better, fellow. I appreciate that. For you, I've had enough hearing. We'll be back in Texas on Monday. All right. Well, welcome back to the United States. Bus driving versus trucking, it depends. What do you want to do? I mean, are you talking long distance like Greyhound? I've had people write to me that love working for Greyhound. You want to do like a coach? You could do that. And there's also City Bus. Right here in Lafayette, City Bus, which is the local transportation, is hiring. So there's also that. If you're in a larger city, that would pay good. Here in town, I actually have called them before, not this time, but I've called them. Only starts about $17 an hour. It does go up. Within a couple of years, you're making $24, but it doesn't start at that high of a rate. But yeah, you're home every day in a lot of those. Your dad had a Vega GT. What did he think? I thought it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I agree with you, Mark, but as of now, there are only 17 permitless carry states. Yeah, that's disappointing that we've allowed our rights to be taken from us. You know, that's the thing. You shouldn't have to beg for your own rights. Playing Garbage Man today. Who won the VTV? I was out of the truck. Well, that is Donkey Bite, as I wrote here. I'm waiting. I probably missed it here. I didn't. I don't think I missed it, so I still need a zip code here. I can use iHeartRadio and stream my favorite stations and podcasts for free. You could do that, right? And hopefully one of the podcasts is Trucking Answers, the podcast. So be sure to look for it. It's on iHeartRadio. That's right. And a new one will be out tomorrow. Tuesday, Friday. You could, but you don't get the same station. And look, I just like satellite. You can get like Road Dog, and I can get Mike. The Escape comes with satellite traffic. for 5 years. So I get satellite traffic and all that comes with it. It's really good. It posts it right on there. You get choices of which way to go. I like it. I like satellite. I'm a fan of it. Got out of my truck at Love's yesterday in Mississippi, and there was used needles laying everywhere. I got a short video coming out this afternoon. Well, that's completely gross, just so you know. Yikes. Did you tell the management? I'm just curious what they said if you asked them about it. Yikes. Was this in the truck? Well, I guess we'll see on the video. Were the needles in the truck everywhere? Everywhere? And since you do trucking with diabetes, do you think these were diabetic insulin needles? Or were these, or can you tell? Creature 937, satellite TV is where it's at for $5 a month. Satellite TV for $5 a month would be good. I delivered pizza in a 79 Courier and a train horn. Wow. A 70, you don't see any of those around anymore. Depends on the type of bus. It depends on what kind of bussing you want to do. People have written to me from Greyhound and go, hey, Mark, you know what? It may be bad in the back, but being a driver is not bad. So, must be a lot of diabetics hanging out. That's what I thought, too. Maybe at least our diabetic needles, maybe. But still, I think people should, have a Sharps thing or whatever. Store your needles out no matter what you're doing with them. Kelter Rooster Travels. Yeah, love Texas. Yeah, welcome back to the U.S. and to Texas. So, when you get up here, say hello. By next year in Texas, the Great American Truck Show should be open in Dallas. That would happen this month, but they canceled it this year. Just join up for life. I did years ago. Didn't cost that much. I have XM in everything I drive. Yeah, you can get it on everything now too. So you can stream it from your phone. The car, almost all cars have it, and so since it's in the car anyway, we love it. And you get old time radio on there. So when the wife and I travel somewhere, we'll listen to old time radio shows and stuff like that. I love it. I've been a fan ever since it started. And for $5 a month, it's $1.25. It's not like, oh my gosh, if $5 breaks the bank, all right, that's a problem. So for $5, it's super cheap. All you do is wait them out once a year to make a couple minute phone call for $5. And most of the time, they'll just do it. Life Truckers, put that in there nice. Donkey Bite 97520. Wow, Alaska. I actually don't know where that is. Okay, I wrote that down. Thank you. Email me your address. It doesn't have to be right away, so if you're driving, don't worry about it. Just to, sometime this week, send it over there, and we'll get it for you. Don't forget the Cosworth Vega. Yeah, I haven't forgotten it. I just never saw one, and they were super rare. To get magnesium wheels on a Cosworth Vega? Leftover H, that's the problem. A lot of diabetics in Mississippi. I actually think a diabetic would probably be more responsible with their needles, hopefully. So, but I don't know. I don't know if there's a different needle. Wasn't Uber Saturday night with wife. A driver said he's going to England for CDL. Gave him my number. Just directed him to state to get grant to avoid Megacare. See, awesome. You saved somebody $8,000 to $10,000 probably. Now, isn't that great? I think that's awesome. Thanks for doing that. Getting one more person their license for free when they won't have to go to England if they don't want to. They don't have to have a contract. I mean, this is what, training people really is about, where you can go train somebody. You just trained somebody in something. That's pretty great. I think that's great. I run iHeartRadio commercial free, Creature. Yeah, can you get like old time radio and stuff? That's the thing of it, I can get the old time radio and it's all integrated in the car and everything. I don't have to plug anything in, Did you get the vax? Did not get the vax. Waiting for a company to mandate it, which may come. Because, and I don't want to talk too much about this or we'll get booted off of YouTube, but the president, who is a known driver, as I always say, truck driver, a well-known truck driver, they put out there that it's a possibility that it could be mandated for interstate travel. Just throwing it out there that they're thinking about it. Not like, oh, this is going to happen in a week or two. Not like that. It's under consideration. And I thought to myself, how would that be mandated? Well, part of your physical, I thought. Oh, that's how they could do it. They could make it part of a physical. Could. Has that been out there? Is that like official? No. Is it official that they're considering it? Yes. So think about that for your next physical. And I know people would say, well, that's a HIPAA violation. Not really. They already ask you to write down the things that you've had, right? And, of course, as always, you can always say, I don't want to give you that information. And then you don't have to. Like right now in a physical, when you fill the sheet out that lists all the things you've got and all the medicines you're on, you can say, I refuse to answer these questions. You can do that right now. And all that happens is you don't get your physical. So you're not required to give that information. So that's how I could see it being mandated. but it is being considered. How many years did you do over the road? Around 20. Around 20, 21 years of road all over the country. I managed to hit every state. Would not do it again. So I wouldn't. Maybe not the truckers, people waiting, walking the lot. Oh, what are you trying? You mean the people that walk around and clean the lot? Is that what you're talking about? I mean, who else would be walkers, like mall walkers, but they're outside in Trucker Hershey? Is that who you're talking about? Cash King Trucking, I can't wait for my YouTube channel to get bigger so I can go undercover and go to all these mega carrier orientations, show people what they're all about. Yeah, I wonder how you would do that, you know? I've always thought about, could you do this, but how could you get different IDs and stuff? Because eventually you're going to get blacklisted from the same places. I guess you'd have to just go to one and do it and get hired and see what happens. I think you could do one or two of them before you got black. It'd be amazing. Get a couple of pinhole cameras. I mean, that would be an amazing video if you could arrange that. Probably homeless going to the bathroom and shooting up. Really? I figured it was maybe the people just walking around picking up the garbage. Butch let him mandate it. I thought mandate was Barack going out of the town with Michelle. Nice mandate. That's pretty good. I got vaccinated. Afterwards, felt a little like Metallica when they came out with the Black Album. Nice. After the second shot, the wife was kind of sick for a day or so from that. But we've had drivers get it. I guess about half the drivers, which works out to actually about the same as the state. And, some of them were sick and some of them weren't. And so what I would say is, all the information is out there. Go look for it yourself and make a decision on what you want to do. That's how I think it should work. Interstate transportation is federally regulated. That's how they could mandate it. George H.W. Bush. Yeah, that's right. And I figured, they could. But I thought, how would it be practically mandated? They can't have a checkpoint at every road. That's not practical. But what does every driver have to do? Bingo. And I thought they have to get a physical. So you could have a sheet. They'll say everybody has to bring in a sheet or have their doctor sign a sheet or wherever, show your card or something as part of your physical. One of the lines would be, have you gotten a vaccine? Yes or no, that kind of thing. So I thought that's how they could get drivers eventually with the mandate. It'd be on your physical. That's how they could do it. Would they do that? I don't know. That's certainly a way to do it. Heard you can just search up music you like and play that type of channel on iHeart. You can, but I mean, I'm just a fan of satellite. Cash, that's your best idea. We would definitely rush to watch those videos. Undercover trucker. I know. I mean, that would be amazing. You couldn't do that many because you can't go somewhere and quit and go somewhere. But I mean, you could do a couple of them. HIPAA only applies to medical professionals like doctors divulging information. Kelly Patterson. I know that, and you know it. But whenever I say something like that, the first thing people say, HIPAA. No, I don't have to give it out because it's HIPAA. No, I go, no, it's your doctor. And then people are like, no, and then I get a bunch of angry emails. So I understand that. It's your doctor divulging it. But people always show that, though, or always say, well, it's HIPAA. So that's why I say that. Adam, when I was 100% pro, and I still can't believe I still believe it's safe and effective, but I refused to get it the day the government started contemplating mandates. See, that's the thing. I think they did go about that the wrong way. I mean, most people don't say, well, I'm not going to get the polio vaccine. I mean, it's just the thing that you get because they're like, polio, you're not going to get polio. If you get this, it's safe. We've looked at it. So I just think it was gone about in a really bad way. But I could go to 10 mega carriers and go through orientation before any of them got wise. Really? Do you really think you could do that? 10 mega carriers and go through orientation before they got wise to what you were doing? Because here's the thing. So you go, I'm really thinking about this. Like, this is a great idea for you to do. You go there, but then when you leave, they're going to put that on your DAC report. You're going to start a DAC report on yourself. And the next one's going to be like, well, why did you leave here? You could get through 2 or 3 probably. Boy, that'd be amazing. Adam Wayne Kelly's right about HIPAA. That's correct. But I'm going to get a bunch of letters about it anyway. Dread Float Express, Road Float. Just pay somebody a couple of grand to do it for you. That would be a huge hit. Oh, everybody, we should all each go to a different one. I want the live stream from that England school, especially the living quarters. Oh, there's like only a couple of videos. I think England makes people take them down or whatever. Oh my gosh. Considering it's like a dorm from what I've seen in there, a terrible dorm. And the one at Western, The pictures people have sent me from there of roaches and sheets that haven't been cleaned in weeks. Crazy. If these morons even try to interstate COVID thing, there will be holy problems. I think it would be a problem. I think it would be. But I'll tell you, it's a possibility. All I'm putting out there is they threw it out there. I think just like to throw spaghetti at the fridge and see if it sticks kind of thing. But then I thought, how could they do it? Physical, right? Does anybody have a better way? That's probably the best way. Every driver would have to have a physical. So for interstate travel, so bingo, that's how they get it. Physical. It would put a line on the physical. What's in it? I'm not taking anything I don't know about. Steel Tiger. Well, that's the thing. I mean, there's certainly plenty of information for people that would like to research it. Certainly. I mean, in legitimate sites, not just Facebook fact checkers. There's actual real things to go through. But look, if you don't want to, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Up to you. Up to you. Right? That's what freedom is, right? We couples say we are part-time candy strippers that's subject to HIPAA. We're part-time candy strippers. Like, nice. By the way, I haven't heard candy strippers in a long time. I wonder how many people know what that is. I do. Your papers, sir. Well, see, you wouldn't need your papers. You're going to only need them at the physical. Just like if you, for diabetes, right? You have to, like we have a driver who's got a really high A1C. He always talks about it. He takes a physical every year. He's a friend of mine. I've known him for many years. He talks about it, but he has to bring something from his doctor there because they go, this is high. Well, here's why. Here's what I'm taking, and this is why it's okay. It'd be the same as this. They'll say, well, we need to also have you bring us proof of this. That's how they're going to do it. That'd be one way to do it. I wouldn't say that's how they're going to do it. They haven't said that's how they do it. Be careful. Delta's getting people sick. It can be a problem in some areas. It's piling up. Yeah. Dennis, I have to get back to my kids. My autistic son is handing me the pancake box. Shout out to all the truckers. Well, thank you. And I hope that works out good. And by the way, I could use a pancake too. So that's pretty awesome. Look, I'm glad he had fun in the truck. And I don't know if the headphones to something to cover his ears for that sound is a good idea. I don't know. What's your email again? I think it's on the screen. So, begging cash to do this? I know. I think this would be so awesome. Oh my gosh. All the megas use the same hiring software. See, are they all connected to each other? I still think you could get through a couple of them. I do. A lot of people believe that COVID vaccine is going to kill them if the vaccine becomes mandated. Expect there to be a war. I think it's a problem. I think it's going to be a problem. But some companies are mandating it. American Airlines. Everybody's got to get it or you're fired. So some companies are doing it too. Kelly, my family got vaxxed, and they're fine. I'm getting my next home time, planning overseas trip next summer. Yeah, so you'd have to do it anyway, right? Because I don't think you'd be able to travel overseas without it, no matter what. That country's not going to let you in. So you'll have to do it. I recommend CVS, at least here in Indiana, okay, for people that are going to go. When my wife was going to go get hers, we looked. Indiana has a site set up for this. Isn't that great? A website where you can just indianagov.vax.com or something. I forget what it is. Oh, it's horrible. You can't hardly navigate it. And look, I'm on the internet a lot. The site is horrible. And the next date was 30 days. So CVS, you could go get it the same day. I don't know why people go through the government part of it. So I recommend a CVS or Walgreens or whatever's in your area. I think you'll find it a lot faster. A guy with 15 years of driving, mostly ticket-free experience, shows up with a mega carrier. I don't think they're questioning anything. Cash is king. You know what? You might be onto something. Is this going to be... Look, are you setting this up for us so that next Monday the first one comes out? Undercover Trucking, CR England. Wars created by governments? That's true. I've always said, why don't we just stop killing each other and treat each other great and, figure out all the medical problems that everybody has? That'd be a lot better use of money. And stop arguing about whose God is better than everybody else's. Video of training in 3-bunk truck. Oh my gosh. Go through England and get in the 3-bunk truck. And your 22-year-old trainer will be there for you. That is gold. That's YouTube gold right there. Why is graphene oxide in it? I don't know. I don't know what that is. It sounds like something from a pencil. Seriously. I've been to the Hallmark in the hotel that Western owns, and it's worse than you can imagine. Sweet. I think they got a deal on the hotel because of all the murders that happened there. Yeah, don't they own that? Yeah, right. That Western owns. Western owns it. Hotel, right. But it's only their place. A number of people have sent me pictures of the place. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it. It's sad that I'm thinking, why does Western think this is okay? Any trucking company or any company at all. This is the first time really people come to your place, generally, and you put them up in literally a dump. A dump. Homeless people refuse to stay there. They're like, I'm better off underneath the bridge. It was terrible. Terrible. Candy strippers and you pair to dress up as a nurse. Oh, nice. That's $49.95 down the tubes. That would be a regular stripper. Yeah. Salt would be to take 70% and shut down, and they will back off. Flat highway. Yeah. Drivers won't do that. I'm sorry I could not get more information on Bottomley Trucking in Mount Airy. Was impressed with their YouTube video, and I know you like reefer outfits, George Wilson. I like reefer outfits for over the road. I do. But, and Bottomley is not unusual in this. Most trucking companies just don't provide any information. And so, and it's a small place. So they have hardly any reviews because it's small, which is good. A lot of people like that. And they look like they have great equipment. But I would never recommend anyone apply for any job in their whole life where the job just says, great pay, apply here. That shouldn't be enough information for you to apply anywhere. They should be more forthcoming on their information. It still does look like a good place, though. Go look up graphite oxide. Yeah, I don't know what graphene oxide. It does sound like what's in a pencil, right? Road Float Express just passed a heavy haul dump truck and had a banner on the back, unvaccinated, stay clear. Nice. That's sweet. Nice. Yeah, be careful of that. The Americans with Disabilities Act applies to employers. There are a lot of issues. A lot are backing down on mandates. Yeah, we'll see once it's pallet and once it is approved. That's what I'm looking for. I think more places will be able to push for it, certainly, once it's approved. And I think more places, even like Bottomley would be a good example, that haul food haulers, I think they'll have a better standing in it and say, well, look, you haul food that interacts with the public. So, I think it's coming. Something's coming. I want to buy a 3-bunk truck. I've never seen one used. I've actually looked a few times. I've never seen the used one. I don't know. Maybe they removed that 3rd bunk to sell it. So that's also a possibility. I believe in freedom. I don't speak communist. I won't comply to the corporations who sold out to their ideas. All right. That's all I'm asking of people. Cash is King Trucking. You can get the vaccine at Walmart. You just walk in and tell them you want it. Oh, hey, I'm here. Takes 40 minutes to warm up so they can give it to you. No cost. Oh, okay. Oh, so you don't even need an appointment. The wife made a CVS appointment, which you could do online. They had appointments every 20 minutes, basically, starting the same day. You just clicked it and boom, went over there, done. Right. So, okay, so you just walk in and go, I don't have insurance, and they don't charge you. Nice. Oh, candy strippers are nurses in Canada? Oh, all right, here they're volunteers. There were signs on the Kansas Turnpike promoting free COVID vaccine at the service plaza, Robin Johnson. I know that some places like the Iowa 80 truck stop had a vaccine clinic for drivers to come in. I don't know how you got the second shot, though. So I'm not sure how that worked. I don't know if you had to go to the same place or how they did that. I know they made the wife come back to the same place, but I don't know if that's mandated or they just wanted her to come back to the same place. It wasn't a problem here. She was here. So I don't know. Hey, GP Transco, congratulations to the winner of the TV. Got a run? Okay, well, thank you for being here. Have a good week, everybody, and we'll look for an email with the winner's name. Well, thank you very much for being here, and let's see, where did this go? And people, GP Transco had a TV giveaway. They don't have to do that kind of stuff, and they're the only company that is willing to answer questions, and that says something. You don't see many other companies doing that. And pay good there. I get tons of good reviews from the place. I seriously do, and they do not sponsor me, meaning they don't pay me any money for this, so I hope that you will contact GP Transco. Certainly give them a call if you're looking for a place to work. Okay, that's all I'm asking you to do. I'm driving a dump truck now and I love it. They're old school and no DEF. Wow, Steel Tiger, nice. Can you work all year? That'd be always my concern here. In the winter, I don't know what you would do. So maybe you could do something. It's as bad as Dr. Phil. Get real. Cash Trucking. If my YouTube channel is big enough to support me, that's what I want to do. Something that would benefit new drivers. I mean, that would be incredible. If you did that, those videos would probably support you. Oh my gosh. Big Ben, tip your host, great show as always. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Let's all get a petition going. Cash is King Trucking starts Monday at England. I would love to say I have no experience. Go to their training facility and teach their teachers how to back a trailer. Cash is King. Oh, see, now I wonder how you would do that. See, that's the other thing. You'd have to have almost a fake ID to get in with no experience. I didn't think about it, that side of it. Because you want to go through training there. You want to go in their training. Oh, we need to get somebody through there. The International I drive still has a tape player in it. Holy mackerel. I haven't had a tape player in a car forever. 8-track or cassette. Oh, wow. 8-track. Tape player. Ford ended those in 04, I think. They were long on it. Lincoln has still had them forever. A tape player. I will tell you, I have a lot of cassettes. Roger Moore, GP Transco is a great company. I worked there for a year and made enough to buy my truck. That's pretty awesome. And I will say that. Thank you for saying that. I mean, so the pay is what they say, is what you're saying. Roger Moore, thank you very well. Goodness, thanks very much, Roger Moore. I appreciate that, and thanks for saying that about GP Transco. You know, I love when drivers say something about a company that they're not even there and they like the place. You know, so that says something. I think that does say something. Adam Wayne, talk to your doctor before any vaccination. You never know when you might have any contraindications. Absolutely. I have always thought people should do research and then talk to their physician about it. You know, and see what you think for yourself. That's why I wouldn't mandate it. You know, medical decisions, including ones from your DOT physical, should be between you and your doctor, not some doctor that saw you for 5 minutes and says you need to have a CPAP for the rest of your life. That's you and your physician. Always think that, always. That's for you all to decide between your doctor. Cash is King Trucking. You can get your follow-up at any Walmart. It doesn't have to be the one you got the first shot as long as it's the same brand. They're giving me $20 to say this as sponsored post. You can see sponsored posts come up there, $20. Nice. I don't know if she could have gone to another one or not. They told her to come back to that same CVS. I don't see why you couldn't go to any other CVS, I guess. Never really thought about it, considering it's not difficult for her to go back to the same one. So, what about at the truck stop? See, I wondered about that. They did a clinic where like some probably bus or mobile home came in there and did it. So, runs like crap. The Peterbilt, there's better. The rain is why I'm off early today. See, that's the problem. What about winter where you are? Can you work all year? Because people like these kind of jobs. But if you can't work for 4 months or 5 months, I think that's a problem. Like there's cement companies around here, but I was thinking, are they pouring cement in January? I doubt it. I thought the Candy Starvers were those two twins that worked down at the Deja Vu. I don't know. Is that some kind of a gentleman's club? So I assume that's just a place where men meet to do business or whatever. I don't know what you're speaking about, really. Float Express, that's exactly what I want to do, get a vaccine at a truck stop. Well, it was a state or somebody came in with like a bus or whatever. I've given blood at the blood center, and they have a mobile bus that goes around. And so if it's time and I see that, I'll go in the bus, no problem. You know, it's not just some dude in a white panel van, a windowless white van. It's shot time. You know, it's not that. Truck stop vaccine. Mini Poo's a great product. James Sherry turns liquid into a solid. No more pee bottle. Purchase it on Amazon. What the heck? No way. What the heck? I'm writing that down right now. Mini Poo. I'm going to look that up. C3R3A. Okay, well, that's a lot of letters and numbers. Current GP Transco driver and love it. There's another. How you doing there? Yeah, I don't say how many miles. Making the money you want to make. I mean, get a nice truck and treat it well. That's the things that I'll be concerned about. Would you say those three are a go? Just let a heroin or meth addict inject you. They're experts. I will say they give more shots probably than the people in the bus, maybe. Oh, Kelly worked for GP Transco as well, right? And like it. Cooking things up there. What's GP home time? I think they want you out 2 to 3 weeks at a time. It's not home every weekend, I will say that. And they have a map on their website at GP Transco here, which you can look at, and it'll show you where you live. The farther away you live, the longer you're out, I will say that. So it's not like a regional place. It's over the road driving. I have no problem getting a fake ID for the England school. Any suggestions on what fake name should be? Oh, it's got to be something great and it's got to have caffeine in it, something un-Mormon. Oh, you live in Georgia, so you can work all year. Okay, so see here, I mean, we get below zero here, and especially the cement haulers and that, I'd be a little concerned doing that here, and that you wouldn't work all year, so you might not have a job the whole year, that kind of thing. Okay, so 3 weeks out, a minimum, then take 3 to 4 off. Kelly stays out 6 weeks and then takes a week off. Okay. So you're still taking the same amount. It's a day a week, basically, is what you're saying. You can accumulate it. Cash King Trucking, my 707 Avalon Limited has a tape deck and a 6 CD changer. Is the changer in the trunk? Tell me it's in the trunk or in the glove compartment. Is it one of those where you pull the thing out and slip the CDs in it? Those are classic. Flash Gordon would be good in understanding alias. Oh, Flash Gordon. See, I wonder if they'd catch that. Probably not out there. Where can I get a doctor? I haven't saw a doctor in 40 years, Michael Swift. I will say that probably in your area, wherever you live, there are probably doctors. Just look for ones that will take a new patient. No, seriously. It wouldn't be hard to find out. Get out the yellow pages under physicians and just check that out. Yeah. No candy strippers in Utica anymore. They have them here. They haven't been to the hospital, not for me, but to go visit, and they're at the front desk there. Jones Motor Express, the oldest registered company in the U.S., started in 1894. Nice. DOT 6. Decent emulsifier will turn urine into jelly. Is that something that people need or need to know? That's my question. And you can't exactly go into a store and ask for an emulsifier. My real name is Christopher Jonassy. All right. That might be not a bad name, too. Remember that guy who said GP Transco fired him for being late one time? I disproved it because I overslept last week. It was super late, and they didn't fire me. See? Well, and I will tell you this. That person never wrote back to me or anything. Because that doesn't sound like any company would do that. Why would a place fire you for being late one time? Stuff happens. That seems like an overreach at any place. And he never came back on and never wrote. So, I don't know. People, no matter what, if you have a big place, I mean, look, 400 or 500 trucks, that's not exactly a small place. You got a lot of employees. You're going to get people that don't like wherever you are. Certainly. That's every place then, once you get big. Even if it's good, it's not good for everybody. Probably not good for that person. There's going to be people that leave GP Transco that don't like it. Absolutely. I'm sure that happens. It's a road construction company. But down there, you get to 40. See, you can do it no problem. You write ballot, it gets a 40. Yeah. Some years we'll get 20 below zero. Brand new truck, happy with it. Typically 2,700 to 3,000 miles a week, which is fine. That's pretty good. Checks are 1,500. Last check 1,950. Nice. 1,950. Holy mackerel. The road just pays so much now. I remember on the road making $700 and go, wow, this is great. Cash is King Trucking. I was at the Loves in Hampshire the other day, and they were given the vaccine in a tent in the parking lot with 1,000,000 degrees out. Do they do the temp thing first, too? I love that. So they temp you. You're standing outside. It's 1,000 degrees, right? It was hot last week. And then they temp you, and you go, oh, you have a fever or whatever. A tent. Free vaccines this Monday behind the manhole. There are free shots given at the manhole, that's for sure. I did 3 years with the U.S. Depressed on the Dollar General account. Oh, that would have been a tough job last week. We had dew point one day was 78 degrees, the dew point here. That's incredible. It's miserable. There's a scale. Miserable. What was the scale? Miserable. A Gaylord Fokker? That's a good one. That's a good one. See, the thing is, building a fake name, I don't know how you would build a whole backstory. You'd almost have to go under your own name, and that's a problem going in with experience. Steel Tiger's my handle. Yeah, that would make a good one on the CB, too. At least your truck probably has a CB. Unlike many drivers on the road running around without one and cruising slowly through wherever they are. Holy mackerel. I can't believe that. Let's see, where did I go off to here? Oh, right here. Let's see here. I have to head out to my place here and go see what disaster awaits me for a truck today. Since the air was not working, I told them, get that thing fixed. So maybe they fixed it by today, too. So that'd be good. But if you wear it, you should make it a Parrot. That's me as a baby, by the way. I run my first blue Parrot before the company even got formed. GP Transco gave a TV away today, and I appreciate that. They're here in the chat a lot. Sometimes they have meetings or whatever, but they do not sponsor this channel, by the way. I don't take any pay from them or anything. I just like the place. So if you're looking to change, look, give them a call. Calls are always free, right? Especially now. Wouldn't hurt anything. Cash is King Trucking has a merch tent open. He's live every 10 minutes, and I cannot wait to see the needle video today. And hopefully that will be up here soon because I will be going to work. But otherwise, I will catch it later this week. Trucking with Diabetes is available. Don't forget about Jay at Auto Transport Intel. He's live Tuesdays every Tuesday at 9 and does some other live stuff too. So we're going to head out as we go back to work. Gracie can't even believe we're headed out. She's all snuggled up in her blanket. She's taken over my United Federation of Planets blanket, which is what that is. So she's taking that over. But what can you do? So I can't believe it. There's Jay again because I didn't click this. But we can't have too much Jay either on the channel. So McLovin, like, oh, that'd be good. Trash Haulers Northeast Regional, $2,500 a week. Or 2,500 miles a week. $2,500 a week, that'd be nice. I'd like the backstory super simple. I'll tell them I just came here from Somalia. Oh, they'll be like, oh, okay. Right, tell them they can't, it's not up to them to decide any of that. Anymore, they probably have to go along with it. I got tempted after getting off the Harley. I was 70. 70. Yeah, you're all from the shaking and covered with oil. 1,000,000 degrees will kill you faster than the vax. Look, that heat last week would have killed people faster than anything. It was brutal outside. It was super brutal. I'm like, ugh. I'm back to remote. This is a first world thing. I mean, we're so pampered here. I'm like, I've got to remote start the car and let it get cool in there before I walk out, 10 feet, 10 feet of the heat to get in a car that's hot. That's what we've come to in this world. That's what we've come to. And the Sonic has remote start too. Yes. So we can remote start that and just have it start. That's unbelievable. You have to learn to stay away from doctors, lawyers, and cops. They're all spelled the same way. Trouble. I like the dew point around 30. Certainly under 60 is a little more pleasant. 78 was horrible. It was sweat fest out there. I was like, oh my gosh, there's going to be some stinky drivers out here today. This is one of these days where you're like, wow. They can keep the Northeast. Had to call the cops to turn around in New Jersey. Yeah, I agree. That'd be one of the areas. I'd look for a company where I could cut out parts of the country and say, I don't want to go here, I don't want to go there. That'd be one place I wouldn't go. Like nothing east of, I-75. How about that? Or maybe I-81 at the most, And that's nothing further east than that. Did I jump on the vaccine train? I have not jumped on the train. But as always, though, I'm not against or for it. People can be against, not have it, and still not be against it. That's what Facebook and that doesn't really understand. Like, people should talk to their doctor, look up, do their own research, and then decide for themselves what they want to do. That's what freedom is, right? 111 a couple days ago. Oh, but it's a dry heat, right? It's always dry. Once it gets that hot, it's a dry heat. It was like 90, though, with the 78-degree dew point. It was pretty hot. That is hot. Like, 2,500 a week? That's pretty good. 2,500? Holy, that's like 2 months of pay here. That's crazy. That's 2 months of pay here in Indiana. 60 days that you get every week. That's unbelievable. That kind of stuff is unbelievable. To see that didn't happen for on the road. But look, I have to head out to work before they gripe at me. Schuster Trucking was here today. Thank you for being here, and we will check out your videos and get you over to England soon. Paladin was here today. John Zablak. I never get it right. I do appreciate being here. Michael Swift was here. Steel Tiger. Oh, let's see. Captain Cleaner Weiner was here first today. What a name. Road Float Express. I just like saying it. Oh, let's see. C3R with the too many letters and numbers was here today. So that's too many for a YouTube name. Adam Wayne, thank you for being here. Keltarushu Travels. Hey, let me know when you get back to America. Welcome back. We'll play the national anthem. Michael Swift was here. Let's see. Where am I here? Oh, David. David was here, right? Let's see. Oh, Roger Moore. Thank you for being here today. And I go up the list here. Kelly Patterson was here. Let's see. Oh, GP Transco, of course, was here with the TV giveaway. I'll get the, be sure to send me your address, Donkey Bite. Thank you for that. And congratulations on the television set. Let me know how that goes. And Flat Highway was here. So just send the address anytime. Don't rush to Park or whatever. Oh, I'm not going to get it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll get it to you. When I say we, I mean they. Creature 937 was here. So let's see what I have to do over to this thing, though. Oh, right, I have to do that. Oh, and let's see. So we're going to head out. More stuff coming. Be sure to sign up for the podcast Tuesday, Friday. That's what I've been trying to do. And so add it to your little podcast feed. Wherever you go, it's iHeart, Stitcher, Apple, everywhere else. So it's all over. And I hope you will come and listen. So let me know what you think. And